Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
What up, family? Who that to you? Who that to the black and gold beautiful in the building? Good to see the black and beautiful in the building. Much love to the Sports Coma family, the great Saint think tank known as the Sports Coma. We coming at you, family. Now, usually we do our middle of the week shows in the middle of the week on Wednesday. But tonight, or today rather, God changing it up a bit. We want to change it up a little bit. And we're coming at you on a different platform. We're using a different platform than what we usually use in terms of what we do, our secondary platform. So it might be a little different, but it's just what we used to. TSC Q&A is a show that we exclusively do for just our Patreon champions and our YouTube members. And we had the idea to do a live stream show to go out to the entire platform just to get people familiar with the TSC Q&A platform or the show, so that people get an opportunity to see what we do on Tuesdays. And this will be a one-hitter quitter. So after we do this, the TSC Q&A here, then it goes back to private. And the only way you'll get to see our Tuesday lineup is when you have to get through Patreon or become a member of the YouTube membership platform. Sign up to be a member via YouTube or become a Patreon champion to get the TSC Q&A show. So big ups to the family members and a live stream. Who that to my dog Scoob? Who that to you, my man? 985J in the building. What up, 985J? Who that? Sufian. Who that to you, Sufian? Wave from Paris. Cedric. What up, Cedric? Cedric Mosley in the building. Who that to my boy Torrey Shepard Sr.? Who that to you, Torrey? I see your family. Throat Cutter. What up, Throat Cutter? It's up there, baby. My dog Throat Cutter in the building. Who that to you? LMA. Who that to you, LMA? As well. And the rest of the family members chiming in the live stream. Let's see who else we got here as we go down the stream. Dada. What up, Dada? Who that to you, Dada? And the rest of the family chiming in. Kelvin Washington from Phoenix, Arizona. What up, Kelvin? How you doing, family? I see you in the chat as well. Ramsey. What up, Ramsey? Ramsey, who that to you as well? Trail Hatch in the building. What up, Trail? Who that to you, fam? Caution. What up, Caution? Who that to you, Caution? Joe Gidry. What up, Joe? Who that to your family? Good to see you in the chat as well. Much love to you and Yearn. Javier. Who that to Javier? Much love to you, Javier, and the rest of the beautiful black and gold family members chiming in the live stream. Who that to your family? Please hit the like button as we move further into the show. We were supposed to start at 6. We had some technical issues, but we've hammered that out, and we're back in effect and rolling for certain. So I'd like to thank all the beautiful black and gold family members for chiming in the live stream on this one, TSC Q&A number 9. It says number 10, but actually it's number 9 of all. Actually, it might be number 10. We did a lot of TSC Q&As. I get lost sometimes. I get lost. There's so much damn content. That's a good thing, though. But yeah, family, on this TSC Q&A, I wanted to be able to give the opportunity. Now, what makes TSC Q&A different than the regular show, Q, is because of the interaction. I promote the interaction between the family members to be able to chime in and be able to voice their grievances, be able to get their word in, to be able to get heard. That's what the TSC Q&A platform is. and it's smaller and it's more personable, where people can have it's more of a tight knit interaction with me and the family members in the chat. So Tyra, who that to you, Tyra? Good to see you, baby, on this Tuesday afternoon. I know it's usually a show we had to switch it up. We have switch it up a bit. As you can see, family, we're doing things a little bit different, and I'm getting a lot of help. And I'd like to thank all you guys for what you're doing, and my team for helping out as well as we move forward. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in the Pro Media Network. The design side, we have a bunch of designs of T-shirts that's coming out. I know y'all probably seen some of the stuff on the platform. Feel free to go to the Pro Shops. They have 2 links in the description section. I don't know if it's in the description section this time around, but in the platform, there are different links that you can connect to where we are ratcheted up their hats now. We have a second store that's been worked on and added, where there's more gear, and even hats have been added to the mixture. The face gaiters, the gaiters that you put over your face, all that's been added to the platform, to the Pro Shops as well. And also, the website, whothatdaily.com, is the official headquarter website of the PRO Media Network platform, and a lot of our content is there as well. So we invite you to lock that in your phones to be there. And I just thank the great Saint Think Tank for moving along, as we've been releasing content every day, and we got big plans moving into the future, and big things are popping and moving and shaking all over the damn place. But just to give a little brief little business in the media, we're very transparent with the family members to let them know all the great stuff that's going on. Now moving into the show, family. Usually I would pick a topic and just kind of go at it. Right now, a lot of the family members out there are still upset about the Drew Brees stuff. A lot of people have just simply gotten over it. This is your opportunity to chime in. I'm gonna let you chime in on your thoughts, questions. It's a Q&A form, so whatever you want to discuss, we'll discuss. And I think that's so cool, is that we'll let the great Saint Think Tank control the topic of discussion. That's what the Q&A represents, question and answer format. So, we'll keep that going as well. So before long, I'm gonna give the family members an opportunity to chime in and be heard on the great Saint Think Tank. So just give me a second and we'll fire it up. But like I've said, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff indeed, especially behind Drew Brees. A lot of people kind of upset with him. Some people are not upset. And we worked on and have 2 different shirts that's coming out. Some people are not happy about the shirts, but scratch your ass and get glad. I mean, the bottom line is you got people that's just going to be upset and people that's not. That's how the world works. We're not all the same. We're not all the same, man. We got different perspectives. And even though we might come from the same environment, we might not feel the same about everything. That's the great thing about the human experience. And then overriding the ideas or the differences that we have, and focusing on the commonalities is the main thing, because the manipulators use the differences to separate and divide you. Divide and conquer, baby. Come on, study upon it. Study upon how divide and conquer is used to fractionalize the people, please. We also, to let you family members know about the Patreon champions, is that On Q with Big Q, which is a show that we cover a lot of entertainment, sports, and stuff outside of our realm of regular sports coma stuff, where you can hear some interesting news stories, to say the least. If you can ask some of our Patreon champions out there about their thought processes on shows like the On Q with Big Q, very eye-opening and very empowering. And I'm pretty sure you'll learn something from the show. So let's see about, if I can here. We're gonna when I get an opportunity, family, I'm gonna give an opportunity to family members to chime in, and they can be able to get on the show. That's right. We're gonna be able to put y'all on the show, and you can be able to talk your stuff. And like I said, this is a Q&A. This is a Q&A show, which means that people can get on here and they can voice what they want. So we are a very understanding people, understanding and overstanding people. And we have the ability to be able to discuss topics in a mature form of fashion. We don't run from nothing. If I don't have the answer, I make sure I investigate it to find out. But the reality at the end of the day is we are where we are. Now I invite people to go to the Patreon and check it out. We have 2 new shirts that came out. One is called, the first one is called We Forgive You, Drew. It's a really nice shirt. Really nice shirt. If you haven't seen the We Forgive You, Drew shirt, please feel free to look it up because it's a very nice shirt. Very nice. It comes in all sizes, men, women, and children. If that's what you feel on it, that's fine. If you don't feel like that, then there's another shirt out there for you called not Drew Brees, but Drew Please. Like Drew Please. You know what I'm saying? It was inspired by Black Suede, who came up with the idea. And if you feel in that way, that shirt represents you. So it represents both ideologies across the spectrum. So that is available at the Pro Shop for you guys to check it out. Very, very nice gear that's been turned out there. Who that to you, Slade? I see Slade Smith in the building. Good to see you, Slade. Who that to you as well? Good to see your family joining in as well. And let's see who else. I think that's everybody that chimed in. I gave a shout out. If I haven't given you a shout out, family, feel free to holler at me. Say, yo, Big Q, where my shot at? Where my shout out? And I give you a shout out. Brewman 91, who that to your family? I see you, Brewman. Okay, big fan, brother. Thank you, Brewman. Who that to your family? Thank you for joining us here in the live stream, family. Much love to you. Thank you for your support and welcome to the Great Saint Think Tank. Okula McGee. What up, Okula? Good to see you, family. Who that to you? Now, family, what I'm about to do is I'm about to attach a link in the comment section, and that would be for you guys to be able to get on the show. Remember, this is a Q&A forum, so it's open for discussion. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about it. So it's a link. We're attaching it now in the comment section, and that link right there that's in the comment section is the StreamYard link where y'all can be able to get on in there. So like I said, hit that link, and I think it's a sign-up process or something like that. I don't know. I think you should be all right. But if you want your question and answers, or you want to get in here and be able to speak your mind, I won't stop you. This is your opportunity to talk to the Great Saint Think Tank Tuesday night. Who that to the Black and Gold family members on this Q&A forum. Hit that link right there that's in the description, and you can get on here and be able to talk on air live with me and the rest of the Great Saint Think Tank. So, like I said, family, as we're moving forward, it's just been really a very special time, man, as a Saints fan. And what particularly, I read an article that was put out by Atlanta Falcons people that really just, took the opportunity to take jibs at the Saints. And I ain't like this crap. And I ain't like it at all. But it is what it is. All right, we got Brewman on the line. Brewman, we're going to bring him in here and be able to get on here with the Great Saint Think Tank. Recognize. Brewman, are you on here, brother? All right, Brewman, you're on the air, my brother.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you good, Brewman. Welcome to the live stream, my family.
Well, it's good. I've just recently came across your videos, man. I love how you just represent our Who Dat Nation, native of Louisiana as well. I'm a diehard Saints fan. The only thing I just wanted to state is that I just want to know, how do you feel that, with this whole Drew Brees situation? Do you really feel like that Sean Payton is going to look at this at a different perspective and probably start somewhere else, or you think Drew Brees is still going to be just that starting quarterback?
Well, Brewman, thank you for the question, my brother, and that good sentiment. Much love to you, fam. Well, my thoughts on it, bro, is just I think Sean Payton is ultimately going to end up taking control of the situation. He's the head of the team, but he knows when he needs to jump in. I don't think he's going to jump in there right away and kind of stir the boat. I think what Drew Brees did when he apologized the next day after he said what he said, and listen, that fractionalized a lot of Saints family. It really did. And it's crazy. It's not, I ain't gonna say it's crazy, but it's what it is actually eye-opening for one important reason. Because sports takes away. Okay, Shedrick, I see you. Shedrick is next up. Shedrick, I'm gonna bring you in, family. Just give me a second. I'm gonna answer Brewman. But what it does is it opens up the discussion in sports. Like when you're a sports fan, it don't matter who you are, what your belief period, what your beliefs are religiously, culturally, period. It don't make a difference when you're a Saints fan. We can celebrate together. But when you bring other topics into it, it start cutting it up like a pie. And I think Drew Brees meant what he said, but he brought it back because he didn't realize that his impact on what he was saying would hurt his teammates, who he himself liked. He didn't know it would be like that. He would cause that kind of upsetness. And that's why I think he went back and really apologized for what he said, because he hurt a lot of people, not just his teammates who were right close to him, but also a lot of the fan base. And remember, Drew Brees is a very intelligent person who has a very high IQ in terms of operating with businesses, and knows that this can impact his business to a degree. And also, he's a guy that cares about that name. But I don't think Drew Brees, eventually, I don't think Sean Payton, I don't think Sean Payton gonna jump in right away. I think that'll happen much later. I think Drew Brees will do the necessary work to be able to bring this down. And remember, we have short memories on stuff like this. And I say that because sooner or later, you're going to get other things that's going to come and that's going to completely push this aside. I'm serious. They're going to have a lot more other stuff chiming in that's going to move this aside. So I hope that answers your question right there, family. Brewman, much love to your family. Appreciate you chiming in. We're going to go to our next caller on the line. Shedrick. What up, Shedrick? What's good, baby? What's good, homie? Good. Chilling, brother. Good to see you. I'm good, brother. How you doing? I can't hear you, Shedrick. It went quiet on me, brother.
I'm all right. Everything good over there by your side?
Bro, I can't complain, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm good with it. What's on your mind, Shedrick?
And I was just, checking the show out. I've been checking it out for so many years, I appreciate everything you do, and you speak the truth every time. So, there's no lacking with you. It comes from the heart. If it don't come from the heart, you're not speaking the truth. You feel me?
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
I ain't gonna be on too long. I just wanted to, let everybody know you have to forgive a person. If you don't forgive them, how could you be forgiven? You feel me?
That's right.
You done some things that you're ashamed of, even thinking about. So, hey. You just gotta ease it on. But this is like every year something have to happen towards us, Maybe because, it's just how good we are. You see what I'm saying? Everybody trying to attack us. All 31 teams, you feel me?
Yeah.
And the division, they can't help it because they can't stop us, you feel me?
Right.
So other than that, like I said, once they come together, they have to get this bond back. You feel? Because they broke it. They got to get it back. That's the only way they're going to move forward. And, for those who they don't forgive them, I bet you one thing, they're going to forgive when they holding that Labardi up this year. I guarantee that.
Well, brother.
Go, bro. Do your thing. Appreciate you holding me down. You feel me? Thank you for all the information that y'all give. You feel me?
Thank you, Shedrick. Much love. Who that, baby?
All right.
That's Shedrick, man. Much love to Cedric. Who that to my man. Appreciate him for joining in, man, in the live stream, bro. So who that to him, and much love to him moving forward. All right, family members, we got some more people in the stream chime in. Thank you, Shedrick and Brewman, for chiming in, family. You got a link in the chat section. Hit that up. You can pop on the show like Brewman. Thank you for your comments, Brewman. And much love, Shedrick. Who that to your family. Appreciate you for chiming in as well. And chime in, family, with your thought process. A lot of family members, like I said, man, was still kind of raw with the Drew Brees thing. A lot of family members still upset about the Drew Brees thing, like I said, and like Shedrick said, a lot of teams gonna try to use this to try to turn it and mess up our chances in it. But this is it's info war, baby. It's an information war. They use everything they possibly can to shut us down, to mess over us, and it ain't called a division for nothing. All right, family, good to see you in the chat, man. Chime in, man. I like, but it, like I said, man, there was a comment on the. I meant to answer the man's comment. Somebody commented on the in the comment section. And listen, family, I try to get to everybody comments, man. I really do. I try to, what I'm saying? I've been kind of busy. I'm a father. I'm a dad. I've got several businesses, and I try to do what I, because that's my thing, man. I ain't nothing without the family members, man. And I'm gonna keep it 100 to the 100th degree. And the thing is, man, that I do understand is everybody, we coming from a different experience, but at the end of the day, you got to understand, man. You got to understand that there are some things that are greater than the things that we treasure here now, and we have to have a larger perspective in our minds to understand: is there not groups of people out there that will use the smallest and minute things to try to tear you down with your own brethren and sister? That is the core of the game. The divide and conquer, and this practice even throughout sports. Any way they can get or gain a competitive advantage on you, they're gonna do it. They're gonna spy on you. They're gonna bring in lip readers. They're gonna cheat and try to record your sessions. They're gonna do all kind of weirdness, and then of course the scumbag referees are gonna do everything they can to hinder you and hurt you. But I mean, if we beat the machine the last several years, we were 13-3 back-to-back years. We documented the fact that the referees were calling calls against us in games, and we still came out on top. So what I'm saying is that's a small example to show you that the machine is very beatable. The machine is very beatable indeed. So that's one of the things that we have to remember, family, is that the machine is beatable. It's not something that cannot be beat. What cannot be beat is the people. And you got to do all this little divide and conquer nonsense to get at the people. So we're going to let that be known straight up and foremost. So please get what up, Revolt. I see Revolt Control in the building. Who that to my dog Revolt in the building. Ernest Lars in there. What's up, Ernest? Who that to you? Good to see you in the chat as well. I see the family members chiming in the building. All right, family, if you want to get on and spit your game and get yourself and talk your stuff, please feel free to hit the link. There's a link where we'll be attaching that's in there. And I want my moderators to kind of copy that link and kind of let them know that that is the link so you can get on the show. Remember, this is not our traditional show. This is our TSC Q&A show. It's a different effect to get on air, but it's more personable, as you can see, as we be able to get people so you can see the faces of the great Think Tank Nation. And that's one of the special things about it. So I want to invite people who are interested in it to please join the patreon.com/the PRO Media Network to get you an opportunity to get on there and join the Patreon so we can see you in the TSA Q&A shows every Tuesday night, and also content like On Q with Big Q. Trust me, you're going to love it. So I give you an opportunity to get on there. So hit the link, family. Y'all can get on the show. I see you, Revolt. TSA Q&A live, family. Remember, this is a Q&A show. This is for you and Yearn. You ask the questions or what have you, and we'll get you in there. All right. So we'll go from there. All right, and so on and so forth. So please chime in, hit the link. You can get on, and then we'll get you in there, and so you can be heard. All right. Let's see who we got coming up next here. We got Throat Cutter. Throat Cutter. Let's see if we can get Throat Cutter in there. Let's see if we can get Throat Cutter on there. Okay, Throat Cutter, you let me see. They said, okay, you got to connect your mic and your cam before you can be added to the stream. That Throat Cutter. I see Throat Cutter next up on the docket to get talk, but you gotta connect your camera and your microphone, Throat Cutter, and then you can get on the show, family. All right, family, keep it coming. Questions in the chat or get on the TSC Q&A live. I just get on there. You know what I'm saying? Speaking your game, talk your stuff. And this is an opportunity for family members to be heard, to be seen and heard, man. So if you guys are interested, please feel free to get on there. All right, we got somebody popping in. We got Byron. Byron, what's up, family? Who that, Byron? Who that? What's up, baby? I can't hear you, Byron. Your mic off. Yeah. I can't hear you. You unmute your mic. There you go.
Right. Okay, I got it.
I got you, baby. Who that to you, Byron?
Who that to you, man? Who that, man? Hey, man, I just want to tell you, man, I didn't enjoy your show, man. I've been watching, and everything. You're doing a great job, bro.
Thank you, sir.
Everybody, the family, proud of you, what you're doing, and representing, our team and cover the team, the Saints and everything. But my question is, though, I know we heard about Drew Brees made a a comment, about the flag and everything, and I was really, not too happy about it, but I know he apologized and everything, but I was like really defending about it, but I was really disappointed, when he heard about it, and I think that to me that I think I'm not really feel of it, but I was really upset, but I know that the teammates, the players, they was trying to, react about it, and my thoughts is like, how we know we're gonna put it to the side and how it's gonna affect the, the team and everything once we, get close to football and everything, such on.
Well, but brother, first and foremost, man, thank you for your comments, brother. Much love to you, bro. As far as what I'm saying about the Drew Brees thing, this is how I will start to address that, my brother. The Saints locker room is second to none. And I think that's why we come through a lot, because there was a lot of stuff that this team came through over the years, and he prided that locker room first over anything. Strong leadership in there. You got guys like DeMario Davis in there. I mean, and then Drew Brees' character outside of this, people would have held him into high regard in terms of this. He's taken a hit because he said some hurtful stuff to people. In period, he didn't fully think out everything he was saying, and then he had that impact. And then you seen that backlash come upon him, and he had to say, "Oh, hold on here. What did I was just speaking, this, that, and third." But you have to understand, man, words have weight and power, especially if you're the leader of the Saints. We don't care what that idiot up there in whatever that idiot from the Georgia Bulldogs said. That that don't matter to us. That didn't bring any weight. But it's who you are and what you represent. And when you represent a team like that, and the men up there, and they love you and they respect you, when you say something that impactful against something so impactful, you got to tread very lightly. But I do think that the Saints, that Drew Brees will make this right. Just me. I think he will make it right, my brother. And that's just what I think. And I basing it based on how he's handled things in his life to this point. Like his situation with his mother, when his mother was handling this with ID theft and stuff, dealing with him. I don't know if y'all remember that. But all that, the diamond dude and the stuff that he went through on the side, he has a way of handling things and a way of a mentality of treading and operating. And his image is everything to him. He comes from that Peyton Manning school, protecting that image. And I think that he will put his dollars in his power toward rectifying or even getting involved in the experience, if not so doing it financially, but bringing light to a lot of things. And I think that's a part. Now, let's not put too much on him, because like I said, he can, who struggle this is. Who struggle belong to. So let's not get too ridiculous with the expectations of what he's supposed to do. The man's not Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? He's just a football player that he could use his platform to help bring light to it. And don't get me wrong, that's a positive. But some people he'll get back, some people he won't. Time will tell, brother. But I do think the Saints, it's a lot of time between now and the season. Now, had this happened during the season, we could have had some issues. But there was a lot of time between now and when the season started that a lot of things could be smoothed out. And I think his track record of getting things happen and how his mindset is on working on rectifying things and things of that sort, I really do think that he's going to do the right thing. And time will tell, brother. But like I said, I think he'll make it right, man.
Okay, and another thing is, I think that when I heard about Michael Jenkins and his comment and everything, I know he was upset, and I know he was in tears and everything about when he heard Drew Brees' statement and everything. Do you think that it's so obvious that you think Drew Brees and Michael Jenkins think they're gonna get along with each other, they teammates, or you think it's gonna be a different situation, when Michael Jenkins dealing with something that he's trying to get, put it to the side, but I know he said they're not gonna let it slide. It depends on Drew Brees, about his action. You think they're gonna talk to each other, or they're gonna work things out, or they're gonna have some on be in the locker room?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're gonna definitely hash it out. They're gonna take care of things. Now, Malcolm Jenkins, man, let me just put it in perspective. Malcolm Jenkins has done a lot of positive and negative. He ain't no angel, but it's a lot of precarious, I ain't gonna say suspicious. I think that's too strong of a word there, but a lot of suspect. It's a clear word. Movements with Malcolm Jenkins, in reference to what happened with the Kaepernick thing. You know, you had Eric Reed, Kaepernick, and a few other players that was involved, and Jenkins kind of slid in on the back end and did some stuff.
Right.
And see, I remember all that. I don't forget none of that. And I was like, that's very peculiar, very interesting. And I knew for a fact, because I was researching it, that Jenkins had got some kind of monetary compensation pertaining to the kneeling that was going on in the league. Now, notice after that happened, there was no more kneeling. But people saying to the degree that the kneeling was disrespectful, let me tell you something. The man got the idea from a veteran that told him, listen, just do this. That was a military guy. As a veteran told him to do that. So the veteran ain't tell him to do the wrong thing. He listened to the guy. And it wasn't about the kneeling. That was another distractionary measure that the other team used to pull off center of what you wanted to talk about, which was what happened at that time, dealing with the killing of dealing with police officers. Once again, we're back at this time juncture again. And guess what's happening again? The same thing is happening. So it's a struggle just to bring certain topics to the public's perspective, to focus on it, because when you focus on things, you got everybody looking at it, then we can make something happen. But when you can stir them away to something else and distract them, nothing gets done. In about 3 or 4 years, again, you'll be heated again and back at this juncture of time again. And I think that there's some people at the top that don't want to solve problems. They don't. Because, and I put it to you like this, if there was an economic collapse of epic proportion that was facing this nation tomorrow, the politicians would get their stinking rotten asses together, and they will go and they will have an emergency meeting, and they will sit down despite their grievances, and they will hash out something that will bring relief to the economy. So it has to be of order of importance to people. They're politicians that represent them. The politicians without the people's power are absolutely nothing. They're nothing. So it's up to our people to hold our politicians in high regard. We got to do that. We got to hold these rotten politicians feet to the fire, because they're participating in these things that are also bringing a lot of division down amongst the people. And like I said, but the locker room thing, I think it'll definitely hash out. These are professionals. Malcolm Jenkins, Demario Davis, and the rest of the Mike Thomas, all these guys. You name some really powerful guys there in terms of understanding their roles in the team. And I think once things happen, they'll iron all this out, because that's why they're captains. Each area of the team have captains in place. And the guy underneath the captain made the captain because he respect the hell out of him. So whatever the captain of the team says, most of the guys that's underneath him is going to march behind him. So that's what I'm saying. And no greater team as far as the locker room is concerned about the Saints. Now, if we were the Cleveland Browns and this happened, then I'd be telling you to phone it in.
Yeah.
Hey, Byron, if we was the Cleveland Browns, it's over with, buddy. You might want to chain up the damn stadium and everything else. We done. We gone become. But we the New Orleans Saints, baby. And that's the New Orleans Saints we're gonna make it through.
That's how we do it, bro. But I hope they can get it together, man. I hope they, it's not gonna affect once we get close to football and everything. I hope that Drew Brees, could talk some sense to himself more than the teammates, and hope they can get together and work things out and solve the issues and everything, and hope they get this, behind as a teammate, and hope that we can focus on the field and what we do and get the goal and get the Super Bowl, bro. That's all we need to make right there. And hope that, Drew Brees could be the guy that could lead us like he is, though. And I think that everything could just be more better. Hope that, it ain't going to be no distraction, or I hope that everything have a chemistry they can have most as a teammate, but I hope they could just be on, and hope they could take the names most further.
Hey, bro, I agree 100% what you said, Byron, and I do have faith in the Saints. I do have faith in their ability to make it through a lot of the challenging things, because they are a reflection of the region. They are a reflection of the people. And listen, bro, we done been through everything that you can hit a folk with. I mean, you got natural disasters of the worst kind, economic crises, drugs and violence, of epic disease, everything, whatever you can formulate in these twisted demons' mind to throw at the people. We've defeated it countless of times, not in sections, but as a family, as a whole, that we came through this stuff. And this is more of the same. This is within the will of the people that happen. So if we have unrest in our hearts and our souls, understand this is in the will of the people, and it's gonna happen. Because the people represent the power, and not a small, insignificant amount of narrow-minded people. We talking about the real people that care about everybody, the people that'll feed their neighbors' children if they're hungry, despite what color or if they gay or straight. It don't make no damn difference. If they're hungry, you're gonna try to feed them children. You're gonna look out for them, for your neighbors. It don't matter what color. That's what we talking about. And when the disasters come out, you see the best in people, and that's what I'm talking about. That overwhelmingly is the thing that we're gonna win. And as a people, man, we're gonna rise above this because that's what it is.
Hey, and that's how you gotta get it, man. And that's how we need to do it, bro. We just gotta be how it is, and as family and everything, and take care. We need to take care of everything, and know we gotta do is the best of it. But I think in point like they say, I'm always gonna be a diehard Saints fan. You know, I think that that's my team and everything. I represent what we do, but I think to me it's like it's all about the locker room. It's all about what you gotta do. It's all about work things out, solve the problem, get everything how it is though, as a man to another man, and hope they can just get everything, be friends and teammates.
That's what it is, brother. 100%, 100%, no doubt about it.
That's all I want to. But I want to, like I say, you doing it like you're doing. Keep up the work, BQ, because I keep watching you every week and week, bro. Because you always do. You represent how it is. The Saints, great Saint tank, bro. That's how
right.
We do it. Number one independent.
Thank you, Byron. Who that to you, my brother? Who that to you? Peace out, my brother. Be safe out there, cuz.
Thank you too, cuz.
Peace. That's Byron, man. Appreciate the brother, man, calling in. Great people, man. Chiming in. You could join too. Come on up here. Who's next up on The Price is Right? You can chime in. We got the link in the description section. Please feel free to hit that link and be heard, just like Byron and the rest of the great Saint Tank. Thank y'all for chiming in. I appreciate y'all, man. The great Saint Tank, baby. That's who we got chiming up in here. So feel free to hit it. We'll get you in and we'll get you heard. This is the experience of the TSC Q&A, a live stream where you not only can be seen, but you be heard, but you can be seen as well. So I want y'all to chime in and get on the show. So Travis Daisy, I see you, Travis. Who that to you, Travis? Paul, Uncle Paulie's in the building. Paul, our historian's in the building. Daryl Hatcher. What up, Daryl? Good to see you in the live chat as well. And the rest of the family members chiming in the live stream as well. Who that 504? Laris is in the at 504 is in the building as well. It's a link. We got the link in the comment section, family. Hit that link. And Nola Nerd, who that to you? Good to see you, Nola Nerd. Jimmy Sheriff, who that to you? Jimmy Sheriff. I see you, family, in the live stream as well. So if you're on the live stream, family, won't get on the show tonight. TSC Q&A. It's an open show Q&A. Get on there. Hit the link. It's in there. And be heard. All right, we're going to put it in there once again. So hit that link and get on the show. Give me just a second, family. DC, is that you, brother? All right, DC, you can get on the live stream, my family, and hit the link on the StreamYard. On the live stream, you can get in. Go on the live stream, my brother, and then hit the link that's in the comment section, okay? All right, sorry about that. Talk to DC. DC's trying to get in there. Who that to the Black Gold family members in the building? Uncle Paulie says just another big hurdle for the Saints to jump over to get to the Super Bowl. Good to see the family members chiming in the live stream as well. Who that family? Who that to y'all guys? Good to see the Black and Gold family members in the building as well. Daryl Hatcher, he says, anybody else having problems connecting? I hope not, Daryl. I hope everything is all right, family, in the live stream. If you do, just get an opportunity. We'll work it out. Like I said, this is a TSC Q&A live stream, a lot more personable here. Joe Law, who that to you? Joe says Drew better be buying some Rolexes from the whole line. I hear you, Joe. Uncle Paul says, hey, Big Q and family, I think just now they would be a great time for him to just retire and get some time. All right. Well, I mean, I don't think he's going nowhere. He's a little bit too competitive, to go anywhere. Dada and the rest of the family in the building. Nola Nerd, I see your family. Big ups to you as we join in the live stream. So we got the link there as well, chiming in. So, and once again, thank you, Brewman. PJ Jew, what up, PJ? Good to see you in the chat. Who that to your family? I see as well. Once again, who that to your Javier in the building. So good to see the Black and Gold family members. What up, big dog? Joe Bell. What up, fam? Who that to you? Good to see you in the stream as well. So let's move into it and go to our next one. DC, are you with us, sir?
Yeah, I'm with all the black people. Black Lives Matter. Drew Brees got that message yet?
DC's on the line, family. How you doing, family? What's going on, DC? What's on your mind this live stream, brother?
Oh man, I'm just tripping out of all these affairs and how the Saints found their way to full circle, man, to be involved in the movement, current movement we got going on right now, man. It's just crazy times, bro.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen some other articles as well, man. That pretty much was just breaking down. I've seen a Falcon article, which was just lambasting the Saint team, saying that's why nobody likes the Saints, and that's why they're the NFL most least liked team. And I was like, wow, what a way to kick somebody when they appeared to be down. And that's up.
Yeah, that's something, man. But like that ain't even founded in facts. Like, where did they get that from? Like, the Saints are one of the most liked teams in the league. I guess they're talking about the officials, because the officials apparently like them more than us. So maybe that's what he meant, or whoever wrote that article.
Oh man, we get no shortage of hate, whether it's from the NFL or from the rotten media. We always seem to get.
They love us though, man. The people love the Saints from everything I seen.
Yeah. Well, you got your enemies, but like one of the callers said earlier in the show today is that I guess what I told him was, I guess there's a reason why they call it the division. It's the reason why they call it the division. But yeah, fam, let's keep it going. DC, go ahead and break down your thoughts, because of course you wasn't on the show the last time, and DC usually doing this for the TSC Q&As on Tuesday night. And once again, for the family members that don't know about the TSC Q&As, this is a show that's exclusively for the Patreon. And for the Patreon family, you have to join patreon.com/PRO Media Network to participate in the show. It's a different format than our regular shows. It's a little bit more personal. You can be seen on air and be heard as well. And also, it's for our YouTube members. They can hear it and get not only TSC Q&A live, but they'll have access to videos before anybody else's do. So you'll be able to see videos a day or sometimes 2 days in advance before they're released on the platform. So it's that, and then also shows like On Cue with Big Q, which can only be got through the Patreon, which is a entertainment show / politics show. So I just call it edutainment, man, because the Q&A, man, the On Cue with Big Q is really a pretty good show. We're getting a lot of good comments about it, and a lot of the family members love it and appreciate it, and I appreciate them. Sorry about that, DC. Go ahead on, family. Thought process on this past week about Drew Brees, and your process on what he said and the correct process, in your opinion, of how he needs to get through this.
Oh, no problem, Big Q, bro. I understand you got to do the pre-commercials,
Sometimes.
Got to keep it going. But yeah, man, this is, to me, like, just keeping it real. It's almost lightweight. I'm not gonna go too much in that aspect of it. A conversation for On Cue with Big Q when you really look at it, because a lot of things that are going on right now, I think they're using as vehicles to play with our emotions. This just being a person not emotional and looking at it strategically. Of course, when I first heard it, I was like, why the hell would he say that at a time like this? And in a moment when you captured by your emotions, you feel like everybody else. But when you dive a little deeper, as especially people do here on this show, did you listen to the whole interview? For one thing, you'll see that Drew didn't just pull a conversation about the flag out of thin air. Hello? Nobody ever talks about that. Although I don't agree with what he said or how he answered the question. I think as a leader, just as a person sensitive to what's going on right now, just knowing what's going on, he should have definitely answered that differently. I don't believe, though, on the other side, me being disappointed what he said, and kind of it was disrespectful with how his stance was because of the timing. I don't think that makes him a racist. You know what I'm saying? How people are going crazy in that direction, because it would have been one thing if he would have just came and started talking out the flag out the clear blue during the interview, but they asked him a question about that. and he answered it the way he answered it. And it's the same answer that he's given for like the last 4 years. It's pretty much the same thing he's been saying. And because everything's changed now, it's a lot of backlash, I guess, on that aspect of it. But I don't think Drew Brees is like gonna champion the black movement. Like, I mean, we never thought that. It'd be almost chaotic for us to really think.
Hold on, DC. Let me cycle back to that, man, because you're right that the man did ask him about the anthem. He did ask him about the anthem, and it's not like he said something and then jump right to it. It was. We heard the entire interview. That's why I played it like that, because they had it broken up to make it sound like it was something that it wasn't. But on this show, we played the entire interview so people can listen from start to finish to Drew's comments on that, and they gave you a better insight. Nevertheless, a lot of people were still upset by that, but no means of the discussion, or I hope not, people are thinking that Drew Brees is going to all of a sudden turn into Mahatma Gandhi and start doing. I mean, come on now, we gonna help in the experience, but we can't over expect that he's gonna become the then leader of. He's gonna be a participant in it. But what is your thought process on that, man?
I think it's wrong that you said Gandhi, because we know he ain't like black people. That. But you take a little shot there. I see what you're doing. But basically, my thought process on that, bro, is that we're getting into, I guess, what he should do or what we should expect him to do to rectify his reputation. And I think the only thing that he can do is ultimately, if you're truly sorry and you really didn't intend to hurt people, you don't necessarily have to change your stance on how you feel about the flag, but we should see you doing stuff that says you're sorry. And that'll come with just I don't think anything that can be said on a camera or like apologies. And it was just funny that he called Shannon Sharp and this whole thing winds up. It's like, come on, man, chill. You're trying too hard to like show people you sorry. It's almost like I believe he's sorry that he's in this, and he's sorry that people feel what they feel. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm sorry I put my foot in this.
Right. But it's like, I kind of still feel how I feel, but what can I do to make it just, like, what can I do to fix it? Like, and there is no real answer for him. Unless, all the things that he's been doing behind the scenes, if he's been doing a lot of things to help black people, I mean, some of those things should not necessarily be highlighted, but some of those things should be increased to where people actually feel it in the city. Like, don't do no more stuff for the media, because it makes you look so tore up. So if you really are sorry, we don't expect you to champion the movement or be a spearhead, but show them brothers support, or anybody who doing anything or the things you were doing, ramp it up a little bit to make sure they help people in this city. We got a lot of poverty here. A lot of people need help. There's a million and one things Drew Brees could be doing.
Man,
you have to touch the people, man, and get up out his White House that him and Brittany created. You gotta go touch the people, man.
You know what's crazy too, man? I mentioned of it, and I want people to get perspective. But like a lot of brothers and sisters on this farm that's blessed to be 35 years and older, and I say that age group because that's, in my opinion, when you get that second mind. When you hit that 35 to beyond, you get that second mind. Prior to that, my experience is you have information. And then when you get that wisdom around that 35, 40 year mark, and you get that second mind, it makes everything like a fine roux. You can know I'm from New Orleans. And it ain't nothing like a fine, really rich roux when you putting gumbo together. And I say that to say this, is that when you get that mentality, you get that understanding, that you can be able to see things in a multitude of different ways. And one of the ways that I realized from watching this is that you have two different perspectives that try to dominate the conversation, regardless of whatever the topic is. The thing is, we could never let that happen. Just like that, we played the clip last night on Q with Big Q. We did the show, telling you the lady was saying that the anarchists, they hijacked the movement. Well, we knew that was going to happen because they've been doing that all over the world. This group has been on the scene since the 1800s. They've been tearing up stuff. And then it's this old information, and they come and they try to support and take over your movements, and that's how these people operate. But you got to have an ability to have a forum to be able to speak out and air your grievances, so that you don't just be ran over. Because, like I said, if you didn't say that was the anarchists tearing up and burning buildings down, that the protesters would get it. Because if you're waiting for the media to tell the truth on that, you're going to be waiting for a long ass time. You're going to be waiting for Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy and all them to come back at the same time and sit down in the middle of the park and have sipping tea together. That's how long it's going to take. It's just not going to happen. The media never going to tell you the truth about that. And I'm so happy that people are sophisticated enough to see the techniques that was used, and they are airing them out and saying who is doing it, because that'll be blamed on the protesters, and ultimately they'll shut the marches down, and you wouldn't have a way to do the march method, because they don't want you to do that anyway. It's right. That's not the only thing you do, mind you, levels, but that is an effective method. Okay, I was watching the old Dick Gregory interview some time ago, and old Dick Gregory, before he passed away, said Martin Luther King, he beat the United States government without firing a single bullet. You know, he beat them in the movement. We had enough power in it. And then when I was researching, I found out so much that came from the civil rights legislation that a lot of people benefited from. A lot of people benefited from, including the handicap, including women. Everybody benefited from it. And some people saying, well, black people benefited from it. The way it was written to just include you on the back end of it. That's just what it is. But the reality is that Martin Luther King and a lot of people like that were able to defeat these people without firing the bullet, because he understood the strength in numbers kind of stuff, and understood he had other movements he used, like when he had the bus boycotts, where he was able to take away money from them for a year and force them to obey. So, like I'm saying, it's power. If you don't like how certain people are rolling, don't spend your money with them. Take your money. You got the ability to pull that money back from them and defund the asses your way by operating who you don't like. And trust me, when they start moving money and losing influence, they'll get behind you. People mostly spineless. All right, now DC, I'm gonna bring in somebody else. Throat Cutter, what up, Throat Cutter? Throat Cutter on the line. I'm gonna bring family in here, and so he could chime in as well. Throat Cutter, are you on the line, sir? Throat Cutter. All right, Throat Cutter, I can't hear you.
What's down?
There you go. What's up, fam?
Man, I'm cool in slow motion. What's good with it?
I'm good, bro. How you doing, bro?
Man, just maintaining, taking one day at a time out here, man. But
what's your thought process on this thing?
Oh man, look, man, when I seen Drew Brees, you heard me say, son, you pissed me off, you heard me. I was like, man, that dude should have kept his comments to himself, you heard me. You ain't had that to even do. Why you even did it? You know what I'm saying? But then I'm looking at it like, bro, like you our star quarterback, you heard me?
Right.
And without us as players, yeah, and we wouldn't be nothing without that, bro. So I was like, when Drew Brees made the comment, bro, he really pissed me off with that on some real shit, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he doing all this apology, bro, but I don't accept his apology, because you shouldn't have never went to that level from the jump. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have that to do. You should have kept your mouth closed from the start, bro. Like, you know how your teammates feel about that. You know how everybody else in the NFL feel about that, bro. Why even make that statement like that? Out of all people, Drew Brees, bro. For real?
Yeah, it was he definitely stuck his foot in the middle of something. And then the thing was, a lot of people were saying, well, what he said was how he felt, and that was his truth. And you know what? I hear you, and I hear that. If that's your truth, and that's what you believe, then that's what you believe. But also understand, and overstand that your words have weight. And in sometimes, we speak our truth. And if he wanted to stand on his truth, then he should have just say, listen, this is just, I apologize if it's such, but this is what I believe. But he chose to go a different way. And which a lot of people would then say to you, is it genuine or not? That's not up to me to judge whether or not the man's words are genuine or not. I ain't the judge yet. You know who the judge is. And right. I'm certainly not that, and I don't want that hat, but at the end of the day, all we can do is see he issued an apology. All we can see is what he said an apology, and is there any movements behind it to kind of fix what he said moving forward? Because a lot of people think that this might hurt the team going ahead. In my perspective, I say no, because the locker room is strong, and there are people that's well respected, like Demario Davis is in there, and I think that Karen Armstead, Cam Jordan, Mike Thomas, Alvin Kamara, those are the big boys of the team, and they have all spoken in harmony with Drew Brees' apology moving forward. So if those big stars of the team are united in the locker room, I don't think that by the time the season starts, throat cutter, DC, I don't think it would be a big issue for the team. I think a lot of it would have been scrolled. And some of the guys that don't like it, like the Chauncey Gardner Johnsons and guys like that, I think eventually, it'll be smoothed out based upon the actions that the quarterback is making. It's totally within Drew's hands here.
Yeah, but I just when I seen it, I ain't believed it, Jeremy, because I be on Drew Brees' page on Instagram so much that I seen him. He was protesting with the Blackout Tuesday, and he was doing all this Black Lives Matter. And then for you to come back and say what you said, because that's how you really feel at the end of the day. That's just how he feel. You know what I'm saying? So that apology don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing, bro. You apologizing because everybody coming at you. That's the only reason why you apologizing. Because other than that, he would not have said nothing if the team would have never got on him the way they got on him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why, me personally, that apology don't mean nothing to me. I don't accept his apology, man. You know what I'm saying? He was out of line from the get-go for even saying what he said, and like he said, that's his. Like you say, that's his truth. That's your truth, and my truth is I don't accept your apology. I unfollowed them on Instagram and everything. I don't respect it at all. I don't, bro. I don't. That was so foul in so many ways to know that, bro. It's like you're really siding with Donald Trump on some. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro. Drew Brees and Donald Trump together for real? He got to get out of New Orleans, you heard me? He got to go. He got to leave that city. Yeah, you got to get out that city, you heard me? You got to go. Right now, you got to get out that city. But you can't be doing that and representing the city and the Who That Nation if you feel that way. You need to go somewhere else or you need to retire. This is what that is.
Word. Yo, throat cutter.
What's that?
I feel you, big dog. What would your answer be for him to do? That's the only thing he could do to, I guess, partially make it right or try to make it right, is just leave?
No, not necessarily. See, my point of the whole situation is, if he would have just kept it, look, all right, I understand you was in an interview and you was being as honest as you can be, but you know how everybody feel about that. You should have said, well, you know what? I have no comment on that situation. You should have just left that alone, bro, because now look at the situation he just put himself in now. He in deep waters, bro. He can't swim himself out of that. And an apology is not gonna work with that because you don't mean that apology. You know what I'm saying? He don't mean that apology, bro. If he really meant that apology, he would have been did it instead of waiting 2, 3, 4 days, then come with an apology. That dude don't mean that, man. He only doing that because of the fact of his teammates and can't go and Mike and everybody else got at him. If they would have never got at him, I guarantee you Drew Brees would have never apologized.
I think he saw the bank account about to dry up.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Because I think if he didn't get the the blowback, that there would be no issue. I mean, there definitely been no issue at all. You're absolutely right on that. There would have been no apology.
At all, bro. And then look, and then he still wait 2-3 days before he did it. You know what I'm saying? So, in other words, after he got all that LeBron, everybody coming at him, bro, because it was so disrespectful, especially to the fans. Think about how the fans feel. See, I'm a real fan, and I feel real bad for Drew Brees right now because right now, I don't respect Drew Brees right now. I'm all about Taysom Hill. Let's get it. Black power. You heard me? Let's get it. It's up there. It's up there.
Why not James? That'd be Black all the way.
Who?
Go with James.
Oh, man, look. Man, no, man. No. Look, I don't even agree with us getting Jameis Winston. Why we got Jameis Winston? Why he is on our team?
Because we sold on Taysom Hill.
To what? To what?
Obviously not sold on Taysom Hill. That's why.
Hey, that's so funny right there. You heard me? Say, man. Look, check this out. Jameis Winston is garbage. Period. That dude threw us the ball so many times that he was on a whole different team. Like, bro,
hey, practice with our people though, dog.
I know that is our people. We should have went pick Cam Newton up. We should have went pick Cam Newton up.
Cam like 5.
I don't know. I can ride with you on that, True Cutter, bro. I would have taken because Cam head ain't in it though, Throat Cutter.
He older though.
Cam head ain't in it, bro. He ain't Cam Newton, Throat Cutter. He Glam Newton now,
baby. hey, don't do him that, Jeremy. Don't do him that. Don't do him like that, Jeremy.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro, you want a quarterback with colorful scars,
bro?
His scars look better than my aunt's scars, man. Come on.
What? They might as well go all pick up what his name is, JT Barrett. Go get him again.
Oh, he coming back. You know that.
Go get him again.
We got to screw around JT Barrett about another 2 or 3, 4, 5 times during the season. We cut him 16 times in 1 year. I'm like, man, how much rejection can you take? But you know, sooner or later, when they come back, we're gonna definitely bring JT Barrett back.
Hey, I feel like JT will do way better than Jamie, and I feel like Taysom Hill should be the next starter behind Drew Brees. And if they would have kept Taysom Hill in that game in Minnesota, we would have won that game. Drew Brees lost that game. I know y'all everybody be like, it was Sean Payton, but it was Drew Brees' decision to throw that ball when they had like 5 different other people out there, and he fumbled the ball. So that could have been 2 scores that we could have had right there that he messed up on. So they would have let Taysom Hill stay in that game instead of Drew Brees being like, oh, I'm about to shake back, I'm gonna throw this up now. That's why we lost, bro. We lost because of him.
Well, Throat Cut, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. He was a major part of it, bro. While we felt I was really heated. We did that 7-hour live stream, fam. You was there, and man, it was. And I was like, this makes absolutely no sense to me. And I was like, man, Sean Payton must have had a Prozac shake before he got that game because there was no life to him whatsoever. But I mean, in the call. So let me ask you this, Throat Cutter, bro, because you one of the realest members of the Great Saint Think Tank, bro. What's your thought process on? Do you think so? You're saying, let me understand this. You're saying that there is no coming back from this. There's nothing that the quarterback could do, bro, to get redemption or to move forward. Gain the respect again of the teammates who himself hurt with comments that he apologized for. There is no coming back, in your opinion. There is no way whatsoever of
not from me. Not man. Look, if that nigga, if Drew Brees win a Super Bowl, then yeah, we got it. You heard me? Let's go ahead and get it. Other than that, I don't want to talk to Drew Brees. I don't want to hear nothing about Drew Brees until Drew Brees show me, well, them statements I made, I'm gonna bring them same statements to the field, and I'm gonna show y'all how sorry I really am. Other than that, man, I don't got no holler for Drew Brees at all. Like, I don't want to talk to Drew Brees or his wife or his kids. I don't want to talk. Get out the city, move around a little bit, man. Go to Booty or somewhere. Get out the city. You know what I mean? Go to Booty.
Man, Booty and Raceland, bro. That's what you're trying to do.
Hey, he might as well put a grand out in. You know what I mean?
Imagine the edge of the earth. You said, South Lafourche there. I mean,
Lafourche, you heard me? All day, put that boy straight in Thibodeau, straight to Marydale. You heard me? For real.
That's cool. But I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, Throat Cutter, for your commentary, my brother. Big ups to you. Got any parting shots, bro, before we go to the next caller?
Man, y'all go ahead and do y'all thing, man. That's who that forever, you heard me? Let's boycott Drew Brees. Get him out of there. You heard me? It's up there. I'm out of here, man. Who that forever, man? Let's get it, man. Black Lives Matter, man.
Who that, baby? Who that to you? Throat Cutter. Much love to you. Peace.
All right.
That's Throat Cutter, man. Much love to him. Big ups to Throat Cutter. We're going to bring DC back in. DC, are you back on the line, sir?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I think
all right.
Cam Newton cut my line, bro.
I'm pretty sure him and JT Barrett. Jamie Dahl, who that to you? Jamie says, hey, Big Q, I was watching the Vikings with the Saints. Do you think Sean Payton's going to fix the last play? We almost won that game. 2-minute warning. Which got Vikings game, Jamie, is 2 of them in the playoffs. Both of them bring up bad memories. The first Minnesota game in Minnesota, of course, the Minnesota Miracle, that would have been prevented with a simple prevent defense call. You put a prevent defense back there, they tackle like God. We go to the championship game against the what was that? The Philadelphia Eagles.
It was Philly,
and we would have took them apart, and then we went on to take on the Patriots. I mean, what I said, like in previous live streams, is I kept saying that the Saints were supposed to be battling the New England Patriots the last 2 or 3 years. It's so supposed to be a New Orleans Saints versus Tom Brady, a Breeze versus Brady deal for the last 2 or 3 years. To last year, the Saints should have been in there against Kansas City or Baltimore. Kansas City made it last year. So I mean, but the prevent defense would have stopped that play in the Minnesota Miracle. And in the second game in the Dome, Jamie, I mean, that was just the Saints had the game, even as pathetic as they played that entire game. The Saints still have an opportunity to win that game in the final 2 minutes of the game. Sean Payton, that Drew Brees could not even operate a 2-minute offense. It was just absolutely pathetic. The offensive line was suspect. It just did not come to play in that game. I can't make hide the tail of it. I watched that tape several times. It's almost, to me, and I hate to say it, it's almost like somebody paid them to lay down. That's how lackadaisical the energy level was for that game. But very few people showed up. You would have thought Taysom Hill was the only one that drank his coffee for that game. I mean, it was absolutely pathetic. But thank you, Jamie. Who that to you, and thank you for a great question there. Donovan Grayson, who that to you? Donovan, thank you, family. He says, Big Q, I know you don't know. What do you think Drew will do if most of the team take a knee during anthem? I think Drew will take a knee with him. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna tell you the truth, Donovan. Drew gonna take a knee. That's it. He gonna take a knee with the team. It's just what it is, man. It's just some people ain't made for that, man. You got people, and you got the president of the nation. He get on Twitter and run his mouth 8 ways from Tuesday. He don't care about political correctness. He don't care nothing about. And then, to be truthful and honest with you, political correctness is a communist ideology. They control thought. Them people say stupid stuff all the time. We don't really let it go beyond us. But when it's the leader of the free world saying such things and just spouting off, and then of course you could really kind of focus on the people, because the people didn't want a politician, because most politicians are mastered the art of political correctness. They will know what not to say. They know how to pander and bow and scrape like a rich butler due to his rich boss. How to pander to him. This guy is multi-millionaire already. He don't have no allegiance. That's why they're trying to run them up out of there. And sooner or later, they're going to take them to a higher level. That's how drastic it's get. And then another thing, family, to understand right now, there's a real fight going on. They're talking about between the red and the blue team, because really that's all smoke and mirrors. Red and blue team is the same team. It's two wolves fighting over you like you're a big old, nice, well-made steak. It don't matter if the red team who's a wolf or the blue team is a wolf. They still both see you as a steak. So it don't matter which one of them eat you. The perspective is that we have to understand that at a higher level, this is divisionary games being played, because when it's all said and done, we're going to forget all of this. There'll be hurricanes coming down here. We just had one, a tropical storm pass through the area that drenched things and did a little minor flooding. We enter into hurricane season, and we got the virus crap that's going to be coming back around in the next layer after August, because the people said it was. They must know, because they must have a plan for it or something, because they know they've been calling. They got the crystal ball. I want to ask some guns if they got the lottery numbers if they know that much. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening that's going to make this very small in perspective. You know what I'm saying? And that's just keeping it real with you. So thank you, Donovan. But I do think Drew will take a knee. That's just what it is to me. I think he'll take a knee. Okay, let's keep it going as well. Okay, family members, y'all can feel free. Thank you, Throat Cutter, for getting in there, as well as the rest of the family members for chiming in. This is your opportunity to join the Great Think Tank Q&A section. You can get on there and talk your game as well, and put into what you want to do. We got the link in the description. Thank you, School putting in the link there, family. Look in the chat there. There's a link in the chat. Y'all hit that link and you can get access to the show. Come on in here and spit your mind, spit your game, talk your stuff. All right, let's keep it going. Jamie said, was your last game in 2019? Yeah, okay, I answered that one. Thank you, Jamie. Irvin Alexander, who that to you? Irvin says O-line was trash in Minnesota game. Yeah, they were pathetic, man. They were pathetic, and I'm not really upset that Sean Payton changed a lot of the interior of the offensive line around. Jonathan Wilson says, you're right, Big Q. But when it's all said and done, Williams should have made the tackle. No doubt about it, he should have made the tackle. But let me tell you something, Jonathan. Big up to you and your wife. Much love. I hope she didn't fight you because you got on the show and didn't watch it with us. But yeah, I want to say that, man, is that he should have made the tackle. But most of the coaches tell you that a rookie represents a loss. When you have a rookie starting for you, he represents a loss. And Sean Payton's learned that, man. That's a Bill Parcells process of thinking. Parcells is the one that speaks that, and a lot of the old school coaches says a rookie represents a loss, especially in the playoffs. Marcus Williams stuck it to you in the Minnesota Miracle game where he just totally destroyed and fell apart. And then in the Rams game in the NFC Championship 2 years ago, your boy stuck it to you. Dan Arnold, who was a rookie, didn't catch that touchdown pass.
Right.
He stuck it to you. So Sean Payton learned that.
I don't think he was a rookie, though, huh?
Yeah, he was a rookie. Dan Arnold was a rookie that year.
Dan Arnold had been around, I think, a year prior to that.
Oh, look it up. And I might be wrong on that, but I doubt it.
It's all right. He still dropped the damn ball. So
I'm saying he was a rookie in that game. He was a rookie. That was a rookie year for Dan Arnold, and he dropped that damn ball. We keep forgetting that because the most blinding of plays was that blatant pass interference that wasn't called. The guy just got there, knocked him around, and even the player himself said, "Yeah, it was a pass interference. I knocked the guy down. Yeah, and they just corruptly didn't call it. But had you cut that touchdown pass, Dan Arnold, the Saints would have been playing in the Super Bowl. So I mean,
we already knew.
Our hands. Go ahead.
We already knew we couldn't rely on the refs, man. I mean, we watched them basically hold Cam Jordan 15 times every game, and they had late hits on Drew Brees and all type of stuff would go on, man. And the refs never gave us a break. So my mindset is like, why would we be surprised? You know what I'm saying? At this point, we done got cheated out of so much stuff. When we won the Super Bowl, they changed all the rules after we beat Brett Favre, man. They changed like 2 or 3 rules after that. Oh, no more winning on sudden death and all of that. The whole way that we play overtime now was changed because of the Saints, and nobody don't never say that. So it's like, we've always had this thing, bro, where we have the league, I think, stacked up against us, but the people, to me, see what it is, man, and we can't keep shooting ourselves in the foot, bro. Like the Vikings game, like the last guy talked about, and he's talking about the O-line this time. It was so many different things that went wrong in that game, and it all was on us. Like even the play, people was trying to say that the tight end pushed off. And I agree to an aspect, but I gotta ask myself, why the hell was PJ Williams on him? In what world or what reality is that what I mean, even as a player, and I look over there and I see that, man, I'm trying to run over there. PJ, get your ass somewhere else. We don't want you on him. Not him. Not of all people, dude. Like it just, some things make no sense, and it's almost like we kill ourselves, bro. We had that timeout that we just didn't call, like you was talking about in the 2 minutes. It was just crazy, man. I've never seen the Saints like just melt down so much in my life in the last 2 minutes of the game, other than these last 3 years, man. It's crazy.
Isn't it sad? It's sad. And it's
2 minutes of the game every year, man.
Man, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not concerned so much now about the Saints' progression in the regular season. We have a certain comfortability and confidence in the regular season. We were at 11 wins 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 13-3, last year 13-3, and I expect more of the same this year. If you look at the schedule, I would say 12-4, 13-3, even 14-2 this year. This team is talented, and in many ways, and listen, no doubt about it in my mind, they are better than the team from last year who was operating with what I would call it a mutated offense. I would say the Saints had a mutated offense that they were beating people with last year, where they basically had 3 skilled players on offense putting in all the work. Mike Thomas busting up tail, beating double and triple teams consistently every week. And then you deal with Elvin Kamara doing what he did, and to a part that Latavius kind of subjugated that as well. I mean, kind of came in there and helped as well. And then the third component was Cook. So the Saints really used 3 players, all of which were Pro Bowlers last year, outside of the offenses. This year you have Emmanuel Sanders. This year you've added Adam Troutman, who best believe Adam Troutman will be a big addition to the Saints offense. He won't be one of them guys like Dan Arnold you see every now and again. No, Sean Payton has big plans for Adam Troutman because he sees him as the future tight end of the Saints. And Troutman is going to get an opportunity to play. The Saints, and I'm proud to say, great Saints think tank in the Black and Gold Nation, that the Saints have their 3 tight end package back. And nobody's been yelling at except for me, and that's my package, because I understand what the impact is having a 3 tight end package for the Saints. It is a package that nobody can stop. The Saints can run out of that package, they can throw out of that package, and they give people fits when they do it in the red zone. So I absolutely love it. And the Saints tight end package is back, and hopefully we'll see some more with the addition of Cesar Ruiz, the moving of McCoy to guard, re-signing of Pete. You're going to see an upgraded interior offensive line, and hopefully we'll bring back some of that power eye that I was talking about last year. We need to run that power eye because the Saints might throw it all over the place, but I'm telling you, when they mind right there in the league, they can start pounding that ball.
Hey, Big Q, I got to disagree with you, bro.
You got to disagree with me on what?
I love the 3 tight end package. You're right about the eye, bringing that back, and you're right about people not being able to stop us out the tight end package. But you're forgetting one valuable thing, man.
What's that?
Dan, what's our second tight end?
Josh Hill.
Josh Hill. Josh Hill has some compromising information on Sean Payton, bro. Ain't no way in hell Adam Troutman about to jump over Josh Hill, man.
No. I'm saying.
Hey, wait. Not in this rookie year, and this has been proven. Like with a lot of people, Michael Thomas was one guy that broke the mold, but Sean Payton don't really hand the reins over like that offense on the rookie year, man. Jimmy Graham, we knew Jimmy Graham was gonna be the future. Go look at his rookie year. He ain't do a lot, bro. They put him in packages. He was like the second, third tight end sometimes. Troutman gonna get some work, but I don't see him being like a focal point of the offense. Not with Emmanuel Sanders, and you're forgetting about Montgomery, man. I think Montgomery's gonna be a little bit of a gas player.
I'm not forgetting about him, DC. I didn't even get.
Take some snaps. Michael Thomas gonna get 1,000 balls thrown to him. We already know that. Alvin Kamara is still catching 80 catches. We already know that. Like, I mean, when you start spreading this around, bro, I don't see a lot of opportunities for Troutman, even though I think he's really good and I think he is the future for us. But I think they're gonna slowly walk him in, man, and you're gonna hopefully see him in them 3 tight end packages. I'm excited about that. I think you're right about that, G.
Thank you. I appreciate we agree on something here, and that I didn't have to go to the media and show you out. Thank everybody. Thank everybody for chiming in, family. Who that to you? Please hit the like button, family. Thank you guys for joining us on the live stream. Feel free to hit the link. There is a link in the description section in the chat. We post. People know they can jump on the show. Please feel free to chime in. We will get you there and be heard. And that's to all the great and beautiful family members. This is a Q&A show. This is the Patreon show that we usually do. And we invite us more personal feel with the family members as we get people involved. So we got another ad on the line. We're going to bring in Paul as well. What's going on, Uncle Paulie?
What's going on, Big Q?
How you doing, sir?
No, I'm doing good, man.
Uncle Paul, I mean, we had an opportunity, man. We talked the last time, I think, on the last show about everything that was going on with Drew. Moving forward, though, Uncle Paul, you the resident historian on all things Saints matter. I don't think it is all of the great Saints history. There's never been a situation that occurred where a quarterback got as much blowback that wore a Saints uniform. The question overall, the question moving forward is do Drew Brees regain the confidence of his teammates, the trust of his teammates as a whole, and does it impact the Saints' Super Bowl hopes?
It does, Q. It does. Do you remember Jimmy the Greek?
Yeah.
His comment. Then I don't remember him ever really coming back from that. You thinking
that's on that level?
It's pretty close. It's pretty close. You know, when you elected official, preacher, pastor, president, you have to be careful what you say publicly and in private. Because I can remember Trent Locke, he said about Strom Thurmond. He never came back from what he said. So you just can't afford to say nothing stupid no more and think it's going to be all right. You just can't. Especially when you go dealing with racial lines and gender and all that kind of stuff. You just can't say stupid stuff and think everybody going to ride with you and be cool with it. It just doesn't work like that. Not in this culture now. 30, 40, 50 years ago, hey. But now, oh no, because you got too many people, like I was saying earlier, that's so politically correct and don't say this and don't say that and don't, it's just complicating things, and you can make enemies that you don't even know you have. So you have to be careful, what you say.
You make a point on that, Brother Paul. I mean, you're absolutely right. You got to be very careful with things that you say, even when the guy, what's his name, was fired by Sirius Radio for the comment he made about some of the basketball players from Rutgers.
Dan Imus, stupid. That was just ridiculous.
Happy-headed fools.
Yeah. See that, but see, I'm saying some of that is tested because you throw it out and then these guys disappear for a little bit, then they come back. It's almost like disgraceful television people who do some scandal and they disappear and they keep them quiet and then they just kind of regurgitate, bring them back after you forgot about what they did. Like Marv Albert, what he was doing with the sodomy stuff, he disappeared for a little bit and they cycled him back. Or Greg Anthony, what he was doing, when he was buying the women on the streets and all that. He got Drew out of that, then he came back. I ain't trying to accuse all of this to Drew Brees. I'm just saying that you got to be careful what you do in the public's perspective, because a lot of time you eat off the public, the majority of the public, and that's why a lot of these officials, people steer clear of these because they don't want to piss people off either on one side or the other. But if you're real, if you say some stuff, stand on it. It might make me feel a different way, and then I'll make my judgment call. If you say something and you stand on it, I'll respect what you say, that's your stance, but then respect what I do if I don't like your stance.
That's true. Q, I don't think Drew understands where he's at. This is the South. This is the deep South. And just like boy Throat Cutter, if Drew Brees gave him season tickets and he's on the 50-yard line right now, I think Throat Cutter would take him, but I'm still mad at you. See, he don't understand that type of thinking. That's just the way we are down south. We play hard, we love hard, and if you cross us, it's not gonna be all right. And that's just the way it is. People forgive, but people don't always forget, Q.
Right.
And that's what's up. That I don't know what class he didn't learn that in, but he's learning now, and it's gonna cost him. It really is. Because he got to go in that locker room one of these days and face all them guys, that he been playing with, playing cards with, going out to drinks with. Now you got to face them, and I don't think it's gonna be as all right as they're trying to play. Because some of these guys like Michael Jenkins, I mean, it's gonna take some time. And Sean Payton, if he was a wise coach, he would call a meeting with all the guys. I know all this social distance and all this crap, but they need to squash this as quickly as possible, because I said in the chat, we don't know what Roger Goodell gonna do. He could come fine Drew or spend him for 6 games this season. You just never know, Q.
Well, Brother Paul, they did say that Drew. Actually, Shaq talked about that. Shaq said that they did hold a meeting online and did discuss some stuff, and they didn't want to say everything they discussed because a lot of it was strictly in team to get the team together. So they did have discussions. Peyton's already using his influence to try to quell or calm the team and not lose his locker room. So
right. We know how Roger Goodell waits. He wait till the 6th game of the season. All right, Drew, you suspended for 6 games. For something that happened 3 months ago. You know how he worked. You feel me, Q. He did it before.
Oh, he's yeah, man. Don't get me started on the Brother Paul. When I get started on, I get the wheeling on them pretty hard.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's just another bout to climb trying to get to the Super Bowl, and we just can't keep doing this. Q, just can't keep going through this. We just can't.
Right.
It's because, like you said, you get the Saints got all the talent that they need. Get stuff together. Here it is again. Something. Just a big. It's just like you blacktopping your driveway, and then some fool comes out there and throws an anchor in it and knocks a hole in it. You can't miss it. You got to ride. You spent $5,000-$10,000 to get your road fixed. Now some food, something that took hours, somebody could do something in 5 minutes, and something that took 10 hours. And you just mess up stuff, and you just can't put a Band-Aid on some things. Some things just gonna have to take time to really knuckle down and really fix it.
Brother,
and especially New Orleans. New Orleans is a city of culture. You got so many different people. But once you offend people, even the Bible tell you, man, offended brother is harder to win than a strong fortified city.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, DC. You want to say something?
I want to ask you a question. Since you the historian, man, you got a bag full of history on you, bro. I love your insight. What's going on, and us still having this mountain to climb? You don't think it's possible that this could be? This situation could light a fire under the team and actually propel us to the Super Bowl? It's happened with other teams, such as New England with the Deflategate as recently.
To me, what really need to happen, Drew needs to get in there with everybody that really, really, like Malcolm Jenkins, that's really taking it hard. They need to go somewhere as men and really, whatever they need to do to, play cards, or hey, we need to wrestle or even fist fight or whatever it takes to get this straight to get that out because you don't want to go through the season with this in somebody's heart, somebody's mind, because players, they feel like you're not for them or you got a problem with them. They're not going to go all out for you. You can just forget it. And Q, a lot of NFL coaches have gotten fired because the team quit on them. We ain't finna do nothing else. We don't want you here. We don't care, whatever. And once your team quit on you, lose confidence in you, you history. And we all know owners look at tickets and butts in the seats. They don't see them butts in the seats, that means there's no money coming in. And you got to go. And Q, Super Bowl coaches have one Super Bowl has gotten fired. That's just the nature of the business.
Yep.
So it's just gonna really take some people. And I think the less people in it will help it, like Roger Goodell. But like I said again, I just know he's just itching. He already don't like the Saints. Just look for something to come from him. Just mark my word.
Yeah, that's a part of it. Is we'll see what he does. He did make a move to try to quell it, and they don't want nobody messing with their money. They get through the virus stuff, and now they trying to not to be derailed by anything else. So that's one thing we know that they don't want to have no disruption and capital.
That's true. That's true, because if they suspended Tom Brady for 4 games and fired him for letting the air out the ball, what you think they're gonna do with Drew Brees for this kind of stuff? That's violating league policies that by the truckload.
I actually see it as I think it would agree with league policy, with them not wanting people to kneel and all of that. Like, I don't see how Roger Goodell would be able to fine him or suspend him games. I mean, it's freedom of speech, unless they didn't got rid of that and we didn't know.
Oh, trust me, they got some kind of policy somewhere that they'll find it. They'll find it. They go pay somebody to make it up. There you go. You know how they Q. Like you say, make it up.
They'll make it up, bro. They're good at making it up. And and I'll give you a clear example of that, the tuck rule. There was no such thing as no tuck rule.
Exactly.
Made it up. Exactly. All the years we was watching.
They wanted New England to win.
They wanted them in there. And then they bring up the tuck rule and say, what's the tuck rule? People like, what rule is it? And it's not like every NFL fan out there got the complete and updated NFL rule book. Do anybody in the chat have the complete NFL rule book? I mean, seriously, now they can make up all kind of nonsense. It's in the bylaws that the NFL can go back and change the game so the Saints replay the Rams game. But what did Roger Goodell do? They said he had the power to do it, but he hid for 2 weeks up until the day before the Super Bowl. And then he made a controlled statement to the press and did not take questions. And he said we couldn't alter the schedule because because of money or what have you. Who has more money than the NFL? But probably one of the premier soccer leagues in Europe. But this is the richest league in this country, the NFL. There's no richer professional sports league in this country but the NFL. So they most certainly have to make it. Say that again, DC.
What about the NCAA?
Oh, that's true too, because they don't have to pay their athletes. You know what?
Their coffers are very full. The
NCAA. I mean, bro, I've seen pictures of Texas, who was one of the richest colleges in the country, and how their boardroom looks. The chairs look like they're all kings. Gold everywhere. And this is what kind of nonsense you get when you put a bunch of fat cats together and let them do whatever they want to do. That's the madness and the insanity of it. But you're absolutely right. And they fight to the hilt not to give the professional athletes. And if they say, well, we're giving you something. You're getting something. You're getting an education. You're getting this, that, or third. But Aaron Pryor, when he tried to sign his own signature on his own merchandise, he got hammered 8 ways for that. But it's his signature. Oh, you can't do that because you're a property of that college and only we can make money off your name. Now, how that sound? I once said a long time ago about me coming to your house and put Sports Home of the Great Saint Thing, take banners all over your house. And I get paid for it. You don't get nothing. You walk out your house and say, man, you know what? I should be getting something. For Big Q got all these great Saint Thing sports coma banners all over my house, and you mean to tell me I ain't getting no money? That ain't right, Q.
That's right. Yeah. If you even if you try to go out the English turn, try to see what happens.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But brother Paul, I appreciate you for chiming in, brother. You got any important words before I open up and bring somebody else on?
Yeah, man. Like I said, we like got to learn. We got more in common than we have, differences. And as long as this country been here, we still haven't got sense enough to understand that. And we just keep on falling for the trick, divide and conquer, and it's working. But we to make up in our mind, make a conscious decision to go a different route. Just because you can't go with the crowd. Just because somebody preaching hate, you ought to be preaching understanding and love. And we just can't keep going like this. We're gonna keep having this problem. Because like you said, Q, the people at the top that don't want it to be solved. So we have to understand that too. So what we can do on me, you, and the Saint family and all that, what we can do to solve it where we're at is really going to make a bigger difference. Maybe you can't change the world, but change where you at, change your block, your four walls, and that's going to make all the difference.
That was beautiful, brother Paul. Absolutely the case, and very few people don't realize how small their world can be. You talk about changing your world and watch how things change around you. It is very, very powerful words. Thank you, brother Paul. Appreciate you, fam.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Do that to you, my brother. Be safe out there. That was brother Paul chiming in, and that's historian words of wisdom from the great Saint think historian, brother Paul chiming in as well. Gundam says, but Malcolm Jenkins seems like the type to hold on to issues for a millennium. I think he'll be fine, man. We got him for a couple of years, and we really don't. It's not a long-term plan for Drew. You're looking at a year, maybe 2 years, and remember, this team playing for high-stakes poker. They playing for high stakes. Period. So at the end of the day, I think that these are professionals. They'll get over this. Like I said, this is not like this is happening. Then you got a game next week. They have some time to kind of get together, hash it out, and go and get past it. And I do think they'll get past it. I'm just gonna tell you. DC, what you think about that?
That Malcolm Jenkins, out of everybody in that locker room, Malcolm Jenkins, other than Sean Payton and probably some of the coaches on the team, has known Drew probably longer than all them dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with that length of time, that relationship, even if it can't be fully healed, it'll be the one that'll be easiest to mend, even though on the outside looking in, it look like it won't. Because there's a lot of time there. And with time, there's some semblance of trust, which is why I think he probably was hurt so much, because maybe he wouldn't have expected Drew to say that. So I think that could be mended. I think a lot of these guys will be able to do what they got to do on the field, and the animosity that they have for what Drew said and this whole moment and everything going on right now. I think the Saints are gonna display that on the field. Actually, you got to remember, this is a team that loves to be the underdog. They love to be counted out. They love to be kind of slighted or disrespected and have something to prove. And I can't think of a bigger moment than this year. And with everything that we've accomplished and all the success we've been having, this could be a blessing in disguise.
I agree with you, and I said that on the field. I agree with you on that. I think and you're right. I agree with you. I think a lot of what you said pertaining to this being a galvanizing moment for the team, I said that. And I've said the reason why I think it'll be a galvanizing moment is because of the locker room of the Saints. And that's what it basically comes down to. The locker room of the Saints is the reason why I believe it'll be a galvanizing situation. The Saints is a true professional organization. And the reason why they have so much success is because that is a close locker room. It's a close family. Now, close family, that don't get into to scrapes and get mad at each other, then bounce back from the madness or the anger and then be a stronger family from it. A functioning family, a real family, a strong family, not let its its errors drag the family down. You have to understand that we're bigger than that, that we're larger. Even when some don't exhibit those qualities, you have to. You have to be bigger than the rest because that's where you are. You're a pillar. And as a pillar, you don't have the reserve the right to fall down. You're the pillar of your family, of your community. And if you're strong, people will find strength in you. As like I said, we can say all these beautiful words 8 ways from Tuesday. But the bottom line is you got to exhibit these words with action. Because I'm not just show you the actions. Show me the actions if you are who you say you are. If he don't, whoever he says he is, then it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, we'll be stronger from it and we'll move past it. We kind of raw right now. We kind of hurt right now about a lot of stuff because it almost feels like a knife in the back to some. But trust me, family, we're gonna get over this like we did so many other things in the past that were 100 times worse than this. Think about what I'm saying here.
You're right, Big Q, and you know when it's family, man, and they get into it and they look like they hate each other guts. All it takes is for somebody on the outside to jump in between that, and they all jump on that person. So the first time that Drew Brees gets booed in an opposing stadium, the first time that somebody hits him,
it's coming too.
Crazy. You know, the first time that the team does something disrespectful towards us because of that, you'll get to see, and it'll happen early, and we'll know pretty early how the team feels about the team when one of those moments happen. And I think it could be as soon as against Oakland or as soon as against Tampa Bay.
It's gonna be soon, like when you play in the preseason, and we ain't gonna see a lot of fans in the stands because it'll be a limited interaction, but they might have a small few in there, you know, for the effect. You know, if they're doing the social distancing thing, you could have a small amount of people in these stadiums, and it won't quite be the 60, 70, 80,000, 90,000 seat venues yelling profanities, but they curse at these players all the time. I can definitely see him going to an Atlanta or hated rivals territory and having very mean and hard things yelled at him by people off to the sidelines or what have you. Going out in public and having people call him this, that, and the third. That's definitely the case. And some people who don't like the team will wait for opportunities to try to say and do things like that. So it's a part of the dynamic. All right, who that to the family members chiming in the live stream? I'd like to give a big shout out to Hold'em Hook'em TV. Much love to you. Hold'em Hook'em TV in the building. Good to see your family. Says we need Davenport to play to his potential this season. It will make the difference. He said, "Will make the difference. Look at the games when he played. Yeah, like what 5.5, 6 sacks last year in limited action, and hopefully he can step up his game and be a lot better than he did. I mean, injuries have been a thing with Marcus Davenport. Much love to the Black and Gold family members chiming in the live stream. The rest of the families, please hit the like button as well. Big ups to you. Now we're gonna bring in another family member.
Davenport, that dude though, man. I think he just needs to stay healthy, and he does a lot outside of getting sacks. I think a lot of people don't realize that how good our run defense is when he's there, man. Davenport is a phenomenal talent, and I think he's gonna get it together, y'all. Y'all just gotta be patient. He can't stay on the field.
Yeah, that's the problem I've always said with Davenport, man, is that if you watch some of the footage, he gets in that backfield, bro. He's incredibly difficult to block. His issues is, and then he has a limited amount of weapons in terms of in his arsenal, spin moves, hook moves, you know, all that. He's very limited. He's getting better now, but he's getting back there off of raw strength and athleticism. And that's the thing. I said, when this guy finally gets it, and he'll only get it once he's on the field in live action continually, you'll see another level of Davenport. All right, we got a family member on the live stream. Freddie, what's going on, brother Freddie? How you doing?
What's up, Q?
What's good, fam?
Man, I can't call it.
What's going on? What's on your mind, my brother?
Oh man. Q, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Mm-hmm. We got the team right now to go all the way. And the plan was for Drew to go out with another bowl on his belt, because that's really all he's missing. However, that comment he made killed it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Drew need to retire. It's a bounty on Drew now. I mean, he may make up with Malcolm and Mike and Kamara, but he got to face 16 defenses this season, and they're gonna be trying to kill him. It's just not gonna. I mean, him and James need to meet up, and Drew need to pass all his skills on to James in this short 90 days if he can, because I just don't see it happening. This is too tender of a subject, and the timing was just all wrong. And you know, these boys ain't gonna let that go like talking about it. Tyrann Matthews wanted to be a Saint bad, and that boy cried like a baby because he came from Drew. And shit, we got to see the Chiefs this year in the Dome, and a brother like Tyrann gonna take that. He took that personal.
Yeah.
So you know, I just don't see it happening this year.
So let me ask you, Fred, and I appreciate them that great comment, bro. A lot of the great we remember a couple of shows ago we did a poll. We did a poll, and I was taking, and I think that was the apology show, the Drew Brees apology show.
Yeah,
and we took a poll on it, and we were basically saying that asking the Great Saint Think Tank members, do they forgive Drew after the apology? Of course, we played the video apology. I read the statement and then played the whole video apology of Drew saying what he's saying.
Okay.
What is your perception in terms of we've seen a lot of stuff happen in this world, and we've seen guys apologize, people apologize, and then they were given forgiveness, and then they were allowed to move in a new or an enlightened perspective after realizing what the weight of their words did to other people. Is this that type of situation that he can, like with everything? Drew Brees to me represents a guy that overcame everything. His height, the lack of arm strength that he's had. He's never been a hard ball thrower. He's always been a relatively sharp quarterback. You know, he played at Purdue. He had all this stuff going on at Purdue. He was never the guy that people thought, his first year, he had to fight the majority of his way through his career. When I say that to kind of give you that perspective on a guy that that doesn't play around, takes issue, and then goes full ahead, he doesn't procrastinate. So I present this question to you, Brother Freddie. Do you think that Drew Brees, with everything that he represents in the community and as a person, can he earn the respect of his team this year? And remember, we got a time between now and the season starts, and then ultimately get everybody a fix. Well, Sean Payton is the guy that'll get everything. Well, we'll head to the Super Bowl, but can he really gain the trust of his teammates this year, moving forward to a hopeful Super Bowl run?
I want to say yeah, just based on who Drew is, but I'm gonna have to say no, he won't. Cause again, this is too tender of a subject.
Okay,
and I'm 42 years old. Drew Brees is 42 years old. I'm from the South. Drew is from the South, Texas, Austin. And just being alive 42 years puts me and Drew in the same mind frame socially. That means in 92, during the LA riots, just like I saw it on TV, I know Drew saw it on TV. And I knew what it was about. I was a youngster back then, but I understood what was going on and why. Therefore, as intelligent as a man Drew is, he should have understood. I mean, that answer was like an act of defiance almost. That's why it cut it. That's why it cut me deep, because I was like, no, not Drew, anybody but Drew. And the QB is the leader of the team. He has the biggest memory capacity. Drew know that playbook by heart. And we knew replacing him wasn't gonna be no easy task.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the man and threw damn near 78,000 yards. I ain't walked 78,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the accuracy of his passing. Yeah, he got a little arm. Drew 6 feet. I'm 5'7". So I know about the Napoleon complex, and Drew he's never really got his props. I mean, the man hold damn near every meaningful record it is.
Yeah,
and hell, they try to leave him at the top. Drew is top 3 all time. They try to leave him, at the top 5 and 10, on certain shows, but I just can't get over this one, Q. And, until they actually get face to face, it's still going to be some behind the scenes grumbling. And, I mean, they may work it out, but that first practice going to be an awkward one. You know what I'm saying? And, Malcolm Jenkins, that's a passionate dude, and I mean, he really been down since the whole Kaepernick kneeling situation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, picking Drew off is gonna be a height must. Getting a sack on Drew is gonna be that's gonna be like a badge of honor this year. I mean, Sean Payton got his work cut out. That bastard gonna earn his money this year.
Oh man, yeah, you bringing up a lot of great points on there. We got Byron on the line. Hold tight, Byron. I will get you in that family. Just give me a second there, Freddie. Let me address the family members in the stream. Much love to the family members in the stream. Thank y'all for chiming in. Please hit the like button. Feel free to hit the link. Scoob and Derek is sharing the link for you to be able to get on the Great Saint Think Tank and be able to air out your views and vantage points, much like Freddie, Byron, Throat Cutter, and the rest of the Great Saint Think Tank members are chiming in. So please hit the like button and please share the stream as well. But Freddie, go ahead, my brother. Finish up your thoughts, bro. I got one more great think tanker coming behind you. But that's interesting that you bring some really interesting points. The fact that you said it's going to be picking off him as a badge of honor. The fact that the pass rusher is going to be more inspired to get to him and rough him up more. That isn't. I didn't get to that layer even thinking about that, brother.
Yeah. Now, God forbid, let's say week 1 against Tampa, a defensive end get kind of motivated and take Drew out the game. Okay, we got Jameis Winston, the ex-Buccaneer, as our backup, and I ain't really got no problem with Jameis. I mean, he got a cannon for an arm, but I think it's something mental with Jameis. I believe, because he just do some silly crap, and hopefully, this little time with Drew get him to get his mind right, and make better decisions with the ball. But I'm looking for. I'm just saying, I'm looking for somebody going intentionally hurt Drew. They'll take the flag for their little satisfaction, just to say, "Yeah, I remember what you said. I owed you that one." You know, it's gonna come to that type of scenario. You know, but I'm trying to be optimistic as I can. It's just, I do understand our people, and our memories aren't that short.
Yeah, you're right, bro. I mean, I just think that a lot of stuff that's coming, man. With the Drew Brees thing, kind of turned it. A lot of stuff kind of split and fractionalized the family. But like I said, like a lot of things dealing with the Saints fan base, the family base, as I call it, is the fact that that's a part of our mantra. We could have called this organization anything. It could have been the Dragons, the Knights, but we are the Saints. And there's an edge of spiritual energy to connect it to it that I really do think. And I guess you can call me Mr. Positive, but I really do think, man, that the Saints are going to take this and turn it into something that's going to propel them to a higher level. This is going to test that locker room. So we'll just see how it goes. But Freddie, man, thank you, man. I appreciate you, family, for chiming in, my brother. Thank you.
Okay,
you that great commentary, bro.
All right, you too, Q.
Appreciate you. Who that to you, brother? Be safe out there.
Who that?
Who that? That's Freddie, man. Appreciate Freddie for chiming in. We got Byron coming on in. What up, Byron? Byron back in the house.
What's going on, what up, Q? What up, man? What up? Hey, I was hearing everything, about Saints family. I was talking about Drew Brees. Need to be more better, as a, like I say, as a leader, you gotta be stronger, his words. But I think, to me, the different type of situation that Drew Brees is in right now, I think that it's really harming everybody right now. But everybody is really upset about his action and we made that comment. And I think, to me, that we know that some people don't like Drew Brees, some people do like Drew Brees. But I think that, my situation is I just don't feel the way how he is, though, because protect that, of his comment. But I think that he know that it's not like, okay, people gonna accept his apology for he made it, in the state. But I don't know how, people gonna, get on the same page with Drew Brees, you know what I'm saying? Because the problem that, we're dealing with, like I said, with the pandemic and coronavirus still going on. But I think that I don't know where his head at right now, though. And I think, to me, is that, it's gonna take, like I said, it's gonna take more time or anything he could get so back the way like Drew Brees that we know. But I don't see that he could be as a man that I see in his mind, in his face, in his eyes, that he could be as the guy that we know that won the Super Bowl for us. And I think particularly, I don't know what kind of Drew Brees that we know we're looking at right now, though.
Yeah, it's definitely man, I tell you, man, you this year, 2020, my goodness. I mean, a pandemic of epic proportions, some say was overstated a bit. But they obviously tooling up to what August is going to be, and we're not done yet out of 2020. Some people consider 2020 a wash in many mindsets. But my goodness, man, we are like what, in the 6th month of the year? We're halfway in the year, and what a year thus far. What a year. And then we still have hurricane season to deal with and every other thing. So, I mean, it's economic crisis, stock market falling out of here. Very epic year 2020 is turning out to be, man. And it's just more of the same with being a member of the Great Saint Think Tank and a Black and Gold family member as well, man. And yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Byron. Thinking about, the difficulties of playing under the my goodness, playing under the type of stuff that they're going to be playing under, very limited amount of fans in the stands, and plus the stuff that's cooking with the possible splitting the team. But I have to go back into the mindset of the team, because I would be a absolute 1,000% hypocrite if I didn't think for 1 second that the Saints team, the reason why they're so good and considered a Super Bowl team repetitively every year, is because of the mindset of the locker room. The guys care about each other in a way that is an elite way. They fight and they work together. They enjoy playing the game of football together. And I have to say, I have to rely on the fact that what I've witnessed for several years about the Saints locker room, and not only the character, overall character of the team, the guys in that room. So it's like I just Demario Davis, how we just talk about how in fact impactful and respected Demario Davis is in the community. Then you bring a guy like Malcolm Jenkins, who does have respect as well and is socially aware. And then Elvin Kamara, who doesn't say much but said what he said. Mike Thomas, who kind of has, you can see a little immaturity with him, but at least his heart in the right places with a lot of stuff. And then, Cam Jordan, what he says. So Teron Armstead and the like. So a lot of these guys, man, I have to say, that they know they played with Drew, and we know who Drew Brees is. He's been down here for 10 years. And sometimes if you let those guys talk enough, bro, and trust me, I've listened to I don't know how many goddamn interviews over the years. I don't know how many of them I played on this show for over the 5 years that we've been covering the Saints. But I've played hundreds, thousands of interviews over that time frame, and I've heard Drew and Sean Payton enough to know how to gain an insight on these guys, a profile, as you will. And to me, I just think that based on what I know, and this just could be me now, that I think that this will be a empowerment moment for the team. And I think this will be a galvanizing moment as opposed to a non-galvanizing moment or a breakdown. I just have faith in that locker room, and I do understand that they'll absorb this, and then it won't destroy them. It'll empower them and make them better. That's just my perspective. And then we'll move forward and to see how. But that's just what I think, Byron. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I think that the locker room is gonna eat big as a bomb as it was, and just like the brother said earlier about it being tender and the climate of it, and you got to watch what you say in tender times. And you're absolutely right. You do have to watch what you say when you're saying stuff. Like, you got to think before you react, especially if you're a public figure. But people do make mistakes. Whether he meant to apologize or not, that's not on me. But it's up to you to say whether you forgive him or not. And then if you do, then we move forward in the spirit. If not, then that's fine as well. But in the end, remember, Drew is only a temporary player on this team. Sooner or later, he be gone. But remember, you're Saints fans before you anything else. So whether it's Drew at the quarterback position, or Jameis Winston, or Taysom Hill, or whoever else gonna come and occupy the seat, it's the Saints mindset over any other player. And I just think that's my perspective on it, Byron. But yeah, you're absolutely right on your points, brother. It's gonna be a tough thing for him to overcome, no doubt about it. We just gonna have to absorb. I just sit here and just be observers and watch what happens. And I'm gonna be here, passionate, watching it, talking mess. If I talk my stuff, I'm gonna be here, and you're gonna be here, and the rest of the Great Saint Think Tank gonna be here as well. So I think that's the great part about it as well, man. It's intriguing, man. Very interesting year this year.
Well, I think that you nailed it right there, though, Q. And it's like I say, it's time for Drew Brees to step up. It's time for Drew Brees to be, like I say, the man he needed to be. But I think, to me, like I said, every time we always have so short, of the season, like we always fell short, like every 3 years, you know what I'm saying? And we had 3 Super Bowls, we had 1. But like I said, I think, to me, it's going to be a good year. You made a point that we have a locker room still and everything, such on. But my point is, it's all about the team effort. You know what I'm saying? It's all about team come together as a team. You know what I'm saying? It's all about do what you do on the field and do what you got to do as you need to do as a player. And I think Drew Brees he could be at that guy, though. You know what I'm saying? But I think for him is that Drew Brees know how to play things the way how simple for himself. But he got to bring more than he could bring. But I say he's 41 years old. He playing the highest level. And I say he's a legend. He's an icon. He's a Hall of Fame and everything. But I think, to me, like I say, he got to be, as a person that you can't say some things and cross the line, though. When you post things out there, that's really affect everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I think, to me, that he need to be more wise, though, as, a quarterback more than he could be anything particular. But I think he's got to be as the best he could be, you know what I'm saying? So everybody can step for everything he could do. But right now, everybody not on the same way with Drew Brees, though. And I think everybody's just against him, or everybody have his back. But like I said, I'm really defended by when he posts things, when he made that comment, and I was really selfish, but I was really upset about that. I was really, my family really, and everything. And I just don't feel with it though. You know what I'm saying? That's what Freddie was saying about it when he was saying about Drew Brees' community and everything. Can he bring the same thing to New Orleans? I say I'm not too sure about that. I just think, like I said, you know, I have my own opinion. Everybody have their own opinion, but I think that everybody's not feel comfortable with it. But like I said, it's a situation that we got to deal with, and I think that we hope that everything put to the side and hope that everything goes right back to football. Like I said, once we get close to action going on, and we're gonna see what Drew Brees is gonna do, what he's gonna do. But right now, it just tear it apart right now.
Yeah, that's a part of it. You're absolutely right, Byron. They got players that's not on the same page with them right now. And I think when stuff starts getting going again, there will be virtual meetings for the team. And then ultimately, when everybody get together, when they're able to get together in an environment where they can practice together and actually have face-to-face meetings, I think then and only then will you see a process where the team can start building this camaraderie into the season. Because, of course, we think about the previous seasons that you have new guys coming on this team. Emmanuel Sanders, Malcolm Jenkins coming back to the team. Zach Bond is here. Adam Troutman, Cesar Ruiz. You had the undrafted guys onto the team as well. So you got a lot of new faces here that got to get activated to the locker room. So we'll see Tommy Stevens and the like. So we will see most certainly that opportunity to happen. And I'm very curious, man, to see how people respond. I really am. I'm watching this camp coming up like none other, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are too.
Yeah, and I think to me that like I said, once training camp begins in July, we're gonna see what kind of team they're gonna be. But I know that, like I said, I know we got a lot of talent, on this roster. I know everybody, it's like I said, we know that we can make things, real good. But I think really, as I said, everybody's got to get on the same agreement. Everybody talks with sense. Everybody got to talk to each other, work things out, solve the problem, and everything, get everything, off your chest and everything. But I think, like I said, it's all about leadership in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Drew Brees is the leader of that team. But I think, like I said, everybody's got to get on the same page. And that's all I'm saying, bro. Because I say you got Michael Thomas, you got Alvin Kamara, Lattimore, Latavius Murray, Cam Jordan, Janoris Jenkins, Michael Jenkins. You know what I'm saying? I think this is, like I said, it's a unit we have, but I think it's a beyond. But everybody's got to just talk. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key to it. You know what I'm saying? But maintain. You know what I'm saying? But just don't let it affect everybody more than your fans. But like I say, keep things how it is, though, and just keep your head up.
Yeah, the great words. Appreciate it, Byron. Appreciate your great words, my brother. Do that to you, brother, and just keep that positive mentality, bro. We're gonna make it through this, bro.
Right there, man. What up to you, man?
Who that, brother? Peace out. That's Byron, man, dropping it. All right, family, please feel free to chime in. Thank Byron and the rest of the family members for chiming in as well. We're gonna stay online for a little bit longer. And take your calls. This is TSC Q&A. This is our Tuesday show that we usually only do for our Patreon champions and our YouTube membership, where you can actually join in. It's more of a personal look where people can call in, get in, conversate, spit their game, ask their questions. And like I said, TSC Q&A is predominantly controlled by you and your questions in the question and answer format in live stream. So this is what we have our Patreon members and our YouTube membership. So if you're interested in joining, we're doing this one time just to show the rest of the platform what the TSC Q&A show is. You can join patreon.com/the PRO Media Network. Go to patreon.com/the PRO Media Network, and you can be able to catch up with us on Tuesday afternoons to do the TSC Q&A live. Okay, let's keep it going.
I gotta commend calling people, man. They're bringing some very interesting point of views, man. Different perspectives and enlightening words. And some of them, it's a little bit of stuff I guess we don't want to hear, but it's very, very valid points. And I think things we should all look at and be thinking about or considering. I ultimately see things working out for the better, but it is a lot of different perspectives to look at this from, and just listening at all these callers is like really bringing that home to me, man. Just the mindset of everybody and all the different people and all the different aspects that we coming at this from, man. But this is truly the great Saints think tank. Perfect name, man.
You gotta say it the right way, DC.
The Great Saints Think Tank. That right? That's how you say it.
You gotta throw the man in there, bro. Well, the man, you gotta put the attitude in there, brother. The Great Saints Think Tank, man. I think that's just my method. All right, T sends a question there. School, thank you for posting the link there, School. If this is not the traditional Sports Coma show family, or to get in contact, to get on the show, you hit that link that School, just placed in the chat. You hit that link right there, you hit it, and you can get on the show and be able to ask a question or make a comment. We are inviting everybody to make a comment. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. We've got DC on the line with us, chiming in. He usually chimes in on TSC Q&As on Tuesday. But I'm asking all the great Think Tank members, questions, comments. You won't get on the line, hit that link that is placed in the comment section of School. That is your opportunity to get so you can be heard. T, who that to your TIC family? You say, hey, what y'all think about Winston saying he's one of the best QBs in the league? I don't think Jameis Winston is one of the best QBs in the league. He has a lot of talent. I ain't gonna take it away from him. He has a lot of talent. I think, and I've also said this about Jameis Winston, is I've said Jameis has to get this together. And that's a part of why he should, by all accounts, Jameis Winston should be one of the top 15 best quarterbacks in this league. He really should. But it's just this mentality that he has in the discipline aspect of getting the correct routine to be an effective starting quarterback in this league. And I think just like what Drew Brees did to help guys like Taysom Hill, to help guys like Teddy Bridgewater out, he can do the same for Jameis Winston, who actually talked to Teddy Bridgewater before he made the decision to come to New Orleans. He said in part that Drew could help you become a better quarterback. And of course, Jameis Winston does have a relationship with Drew Brees. And he can learn the routine that it takes to be a professional quarterback. And I've always said this, since we had Jameis Winston on the team, is that if he can learn half the 50% of the procedure of how Drew prepares and gets ready for games, he just accepts 50% of that into his makeup, that Jameis Winston could be a very dangerous quarterback into the future. That's all I'm saying. And Sean Payton with him as well for $1.1 million. He could sign a bigger deal somewhere else, but he's doing this as he sees himself as a reclamation process, but a project. But he's the guy that can actually contribute with the right mindset. But can he develop that mindset from Drew is the question. And it's really on Jameis Winston. DC, what do you think about T's question?
I think Jameis saying he one of the best quarterback in the leagues is exactly what he's supposed to say. If we want him to be what we want him to be, man, this is the mindset you're supposed to have. This is what you're supposed to speak into your reality. The fact that he took $1 million and chose to come to the Saints shows me that he has reached a different level of maturity some type of way. Because I'm sure, like, I know there weren't reports out there, Jameis could have went to other teams and got more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Jameis is like a top 10 quarterback, but you can't convince me that somebody who, I don't care if he threw 30 interceptions, he threw 30 touchdowns. There's some quarterbacks that's never thrown 30 touchdowns. I don't care how much rope they had, the offense they was in, the ball was in their hands. There's got a lot of guys that just couldn't do that, and he threw for 5,000 yards. I mean, I can't like discount that and act like, you know, he's nothing. So he obviously has the talent to be everything you would want to be as a quarterback on an elite level. But my thing, as well as you, Big Q, with Jameis has always been, I don't know if the elevator go all the way up, man. Hopefully, it's just, you know, like we see snapshots of who that person is because you're watching from the outside. I haven't met him. I ain't hung with him for a day, but he done some stuff, man, where he looked borderline crazy. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely looks unstable, no doubt about it. Eating the W's and the pushing of the helmet and the Uber driver thing.
It could be a product of the environment too, man. Like, I mean, the fame could be going to his head. He could have been trying too hard, you know, to be a leader. He's a black quarterback on top of that. Then he was a rookie trying to lead grown men. it was a lot of things. He was with an organization that wasn't really successful in putting up a good base around him. So it's a lot of things about Jameis that are question marks, and they all come from the mentality, leadership, wisdom, maturity side. Like, as far as his talent, I think it's unmatched. I mean, he threw 30 touchdowns, but he threw 30 interceptions. So it shows you that he got to work on his decision making. And I think that go with off the field as well, and how he leads the team as well. So being here and a guy like Drew Brees, a guy like Taysom Hill, I think he can learn from Taysom Hill. Just how he carries himself, by he's a religious man. He's obviously disciplined, and the teammates respect him. The quarterback room for him, I think, is going to be a great thing, and you'll probably be able to see the best of what Jameis Winston could be here.
Yeah, like Derek says, Jameis is definitely certified. I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, he does really have some issues, man, and we'll see. The Saints do know we've laid hands on many wayward stray players, and hopefully we can be able to do something for him.
We're not exercise over
here. Well, they just call that old voodoo priestess out and let her run the thing. All right, Ramsey got a question from the chat. Thank you, Ramsey. Who that? He says, Q, how much do you think the team having Spike Lee to talk to them will help not only Drew, but the whole team heal? And thank you, Ramsey, for that question. I think the Spike Lee thing will definitely help, because Spike has a reputation with his films and a certain amount of respect in the community. And because Spike Lee's introduced a lot of different topics and subjects over his 20+ years of filmmaking over cross cultures. He's respected cross culturally, and for him to come in and talk about issues of the team with the team, I think it's a positive. I think that people know who he is, and I think he bringing a positive mentality to the team can help the team in the long run, because you will see a rallying of support, not just from Spike Lee, but even Shaquille O'Neal jumped in there and used his relationship with Kobe Bryant as a teaching moment for the team, and how he felt, how he felt later on, how he should have been a bigger man. And had they been a bigger player, had a better relationship, they could have been a lot more successful than what they were. But it's a lot of other really excellent people who are positive and successful in society that's coming to the aid of the Saints, and that's a positive thing. That's a very positive thing that those guys are chiming in with support, either spiritually or otherwise, to help the team get through the process. So I think that's a big positive, man. It shows you that there are a lot of Saints fans out there that we didn't know want to see the team successful, and actually a lot of people that do really like Drew Brees. So my mentality on the Drew Brees thing, and I've said it over and over again, is that the man said something that he said something that offended in a sensitive situation. But we do make mistakes, and it's also a matter, like my mother always taught me, about forgiving. You can forgive people, don't ever forget, and that's a portion of the process. And you have to allow him to do what he got to do. If you don't, then I respect you the same. My perspective is because you disagree with me and how I feel about that. That do not take away from how I see you as a person, and I still love you and respect you. That's what makes you a supreme member of the human family and a member of the Great Saint Think Tank, because we can still disagree on whatever topics or subjects, and at the end of the day, we still come together and have dialogue. So that's a lot of love and respect in that aspect. Thank you, Ramsey, for that question. Much love to you for doing what you're doing. Plus, put that question out there. Joe Wall said Jameis said when he got his eyes fixed, he could read the license plates on cars and run away after they hit his car. Jameis is something special, bro. You gonna say Jameis he's a very unique individual. Verlin, who that to you, Verlin? I see he says skill wise, he's one of the best. Did I just type that? Let me stop. He has mad talent in the arm category, but he's mentally immature or has split personality syndrome or something. Yeah, you got it right, Verlin. There's something definitely going wrong in Jameis Winston's head. pops out times and time. And one of my two least favorite Jameis Winston moments is when Jameis Winston, was in the game where he poked Marshawn Lattimore in the back of the helmet, and then when Marshawn turned around to confront him, Mike Evans speared him. I didn't like that. And my second least favorite Jameis Winston moment pertaining to the Saints is when he was sacked by Cam Jordan. He grabs Cam's face mask, the bottom of Cam's face mask to the back of the top of his face when he was getting up, and slammed his face mask back to the ground to get up. And the referees didn't catch that, but I caught that. And I just didn't like. I like that. I thought that was kind of what a chump would do, but it just was.
So you gonna act like Jameis didn't stand in front of national TV, and I think that was a Saints game too, and tell everybody we're gonna eat this W.
Well, listen,
that one.
I left that one out of there because that is so obvious. That's a very obvious moment that showed you were unbalanced. That showed that he was unbalanced.
Lost his start. I think that's why he lost his starting job, because of that moment, man. I mean, if you think about it, after that we saw them flip-flopping Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I said, man, I said the same thing, brother. Is that I just think that Jameis Winston, I didn't want him here because he exhibited dysfunctional behaviors that would come in conflict with our locker room. But then again, maybe I was underestimating our locker room, how strong it is. If we can take Jameis Winston and turn him into a top 15 quarterback, I would consider that a very positive moment. All right, fam, we got another.
To turn him into a top 15 quarterback, man. I mean, at points in his career, he's been that. You can't act like he ain't never went to a Pro Bowl.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You just sparked my interest with that. So you saying that in his career he's been a top 15 quarterback. So are you saying that he again right now he is not a top 15 quarterback, obvious, but he's been that in previous moments. Could he be that again with the stewardship of the Saints?
He's been that in previous moments, and I definitely believe he could be more than that. Especially with the Saints. Top 15, I think is that's basically what you could hope for, or you could bet on that he would be if he winds up staying with the Saints. Obviously, that goes on if he can keep it together mentally. But Jameis Winston was a Pro Bowler. You know what I'm saying? So to be in the Pro Bowl, you obviously have to be top 15 or higher at least that year. Yeah, he is corny as hell, T. I can't disagree that big dog. But ain't
depending on cornball, bro. Cut it out.
I like Russell Wilson, but Russell Wilson corny, man. But I mean, he a great quarterback, but I think he corny as hell too. You know what I'm saying? So
Russell is all right, man. Don't mess with old Russell. He might be the Saints. You never know.
He's a good person. Like, I don't dislike him. He corny though. I mean, come on, man. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But,
all right, go ahead, DC.
But Jameis, top 15, man, is that's like middle of the pack. I don't think that's that hard for him to do.
That's exactly what it is.
I don't think that's that hard for him to do with the talent.
Top 15 is most certainly middle of the pack. All right, we got Trell Hatch. What's going on, Trell? Welcome to the show, family.
What's going on, Q? DC, what's going on, fellas?
What's up, Trell?
Doing good, my brother. What's going on with you?
You guys can hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear, bro. Can you hear us, Trell?
Oh, okay. No, I was just, we can hear you. I can hear you perfect.
Okay.
I was just I wanted to chime in because I was catching the end of that Drew Brees segment you had.
Yes, sir.
It's like my take on it. I'm kind of like Shaq with it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's you guys in the locker room. Forget the media, forget the fans, it's you guys in that locker room at the end of the day. And you guys is who you're gonna be playing for. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. We just fans. The media just gonna be the media. Shaq said him and Kobe could have won multiple championships, but they let that get into it. And what Shaq said was kind of like a big moment to where he's telling him, hey, look, I know right now it's the heat of the moment. Everybody upset, everybody mad. But at the end of the day, don't let that ruin, because y'all got something great going on right now. Like, y'all got something real great going on with this locker room chemistry. So it's not like we always had a big problem with the New Orleans Saints locker room. We might have had a hiccup with Brandon Cooks, Jimmy Graham thing, but it wasn't with the players. It was more with the front office, you know. So we haven't had that much bad history. So the chemistry thing that we looking for, we got 2 months to get that right. And like you said earlier, Drew is not going to be one of them players that's long term. He probably got a year or two left. We don't know yet. But at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, go back to 2018, Bob McNair. Was Drew comments way worse than what we heard Bob McNair said about the prison thing and the inmates? You know, them guys, yeah, they was mad they left that Friday, but they was quickly back at the facility on Tuesday. And this was around the same time, I think, when Sterling them got killed, and I think 2 other guys was murdered. And, you know, he made those comments. And my thing is, like, how if we're gonna hold Drew like this, then you're gonna have to just take him off the team. Like, don't halfway with the shit. Don't halfway with it. If it's gonna be an impact to your franchise, I don't care how good Drew is, remove him from the team. If them guys gonna not forgive him, don't act like you forgive this guy to the media and all this here, but in your heart you don't forgive him. Now y'all out there playing like shit, or y'all not giving y'all full. If it's like that, I think they should be honest and be upfront with it. And if you gonna feel like that towards Drew, then don't have Drew out there playing on that team. Do something to where, hey man, we just got to cut ties. Like, this not gonna work. Do this not just for the people that do this for everybody. Just cut ties with it. Don't bullshit. Don't play with it. If you guys know you're not gonna be 100% committed to Drew, don't go out there trying to play and go to war with him. You know, that's just my take with it. Because when you see what happened with the Houston Texans, even though all that stuff happened with them, they went on and win, I think, 11-5 that year. They had a good year. They came together. No matter what the media said, no matter what the rival fans said, as a unit, they came together in that locker room. And they had to make a decision. Like, hey, we're going to play for this on, or do we want to play? You know, what's going to go on? And they did it. And that's kind of like what Shaq was trying to tell the Saints. Like, hey, look, yeah, we know he said something bad timing and all that, but when football season kick off, because we as fans say what we want to say and what we think, when the football season kick off, is that really going to still be in the back of their mind? Because me, just like Drew, I hold the rest of the NFL responsible players and all. Because when this stuff was happening, wasn't none of you guys speaking out. So not to say that I'm not upset with Drew, but hey, we should be attacking everybody, not just Drew. Everybody, like the black colors too. Everybody should be getting this blame, because y'all was even scared to kneel and stand up for rights too when that stuff was going on. It was only kept by itself at the end of the year. So my take on it is that if you guys know you truly not gonna be over this with Drew, man, don't do all that. Just go ahead and just keep it keep it real, and tell Drew, like, hey man, look, I can't play with you. Like, I can't do this, because this. Don't forget, this is a game of football, man. Somebody could really get hurt out there. You know, somebody could really get hurt out there. So my thing is, if Malcolm Jenkins, you're not a Saint. Like, you done did some messed up things. Reed, they called you out a couple times. So, you know, this is calling for what it is. If you had Shaq on the line, I heard Spike Lee supposed to been on the line with them. If y'all gonna pass that out with Drew, if y'all gonna truly forgive Drew, let that man live off, because he made mistakes. We all made mistakes. We all was upset. The timing wasn't good. We're not holding no excuse for Drew. I personally, you know how I feel about Drew. I wish he went on the team this year before this even happened. But I just feel like, man, listen, it's a lot of things that this Saints team can do. And at the end of the day, the fan base, we're going to have to rally behind this team. No matter what Drew said, we're going to have to rally behind them. Us two got to put our helmets on and pads and root for our team, because they're going to have a whole NFL trying to come against them. And we don't need Drew to be thinking he out there by himself. Like, if we're going to love Drew and we're going to just stick up for him as a brother, even though he made a mistake, hey, we're going to have to do all that stuff now. And we got to cut all the trying to kill him and down talk. You're going to either root for Drew or you're not going to root for Drew. But at the end of the day, the common goal is the Super Bowl. You can't have one fan base over here booing them, the other fan base over here, cheer. We gotta be together with it. Like you said earlier, it's a faith thing coming with this. We gotta be together with this. And I'm talking about nobody was a bigger critic than me against Drew Brees. But even I have to acknowledge sometimes, hey man, you gotta forgive people. You have to forgive them. This was a blessing in disguise that Drew did what he did, because when he did that, that opened up to let you know we have a big problem going on. Not just that, because we all probably got white bosses we work for. And they probably feel the same way Drew feel. We're going to hold grudges and just quit our jobs because of that, So at the end of the day, it's just like, man, we just going to have to just come together as a team, come together as a fan base. Yeah, Drew might have said some messed up things, but hey, it's not the end of the world. It can be fixed. We can, Drew not dead. We can apologize and fix it and walk away from this. But right now, my thing is just, if you go, if the players truly feel that way, or they feel like they just give it some like bomb or whatever, man, don't do that. If you gonna really not want Drew on this team, I think before the season, before training camp, I think the players should speak up and say, hey man, we can't play with him. Don't wait till the season kick off, then do all this and keep this stuff lagging where you can fix that stuff now. Because know how it get. A few months from now, this stuff gonna be died out. It's gonna be died out. And let's just be real. It's gonna die out. It's gonna die out. Now the only way it's gonna flame back up is when the media start bringing it back up. Then you're gonna have everybody start back talking about it. But the team by then, they'll be united. It'll be kind of like how you watch the Denzel Washington movie, Blacks, Whites. Hey, y'all gonna play what we gonna do? We're gonna beat the Titans. We're gonna go ahead and win this championship or what? So, Q, that's just my take on it. What you think, man? This is my take on it.
Brother Trail, man, you right and exact, man. I mean, when it comes down to it, like I say, we often have that question. We got to remind ourselves who you. If you're a fan of the Saints, you're a fan of the Saints, or you're a fan of this player. We often consider a lot of the players as hired guns that come and go, and I thought that's a part of it, Trail. But you're absolutely right. If somebody says something that you don't like, and then they say, okay, I apologize for what I say, the next usual move is you say, okay, I accept it. And some people say, I forgive, but I don't forgive. And I have to watch your moments or whatever. But you're absolutely right. When it comes down to the Saints, if you're a Saints fan, you're going to have to come together as a fan base, a family base, and you're going to have to unify and watch your team together, because guess what? There are 30 plus other teams out there that's going to be trying to tear the team down. That's going to be calling the quarterback all kind of names from the stands and in the media. And you're going to have to help protect and shield each other from this as a fan base and support them. So you're absolutely right. I agree with a lot of what you're saying there, Trevor. DC, you want to comment on what Trail said?
You can hear me?
I can hear you, Trail. I commented.
Got a little echo going on, but
Trail, do you have your phone on speaker, Trail? Trail?
Oh no, I just got a Bluetooth in.
Okay. I can hear you. It's a slight echo in there, but I agree with what you're saying on that, brother, and no doubt about it. You're gonna have to unify. It's a couple of months, and a lot of people are gonna hold it to their chest. But like I said, in the end, man, we all people here. We just got to keep on moving. DC, what's the process, bro?
Yeah. Trail, big brother, great comments, man. You're exactly on point. And we all know that in this reality, it's pretty much a day-to-day reality, our world we live in, week to week, man. It's a different thing every week. So this is not gonna last. Like, people feeling this way right now, and some people here who are in New Orleans, obviously we know what it is. Brother Paulie spoke on that, and they be standing on what they believe. Like, when they turn on you, they turn on you. Like, that's it. That happened with AD, and this could be a similar thing for Drew. But at the same time, all that matters is what everybody in that building and the organization believes, and they go out and accomplish that goal. If they do win a Super Bowl, I think a lot of people will be willing to look the other way or look at it differently. And you hit it head on, man. They got those 2 months to really hash this out. Like, they should be force feeding themselves into being around each other, like, and just dealing with it. However you want to deal with it, whether you understand that's his stance, he didn't really mean that, or oh, you don't want him on the team. Like they have to be unified on whatever front they choose and stand behind it as a team. Because best believe if they don't want him now and the whole team feel that way, Drew Brees probably would retire or something would happen. But they might do it in a way to make him still, look a little respectable and act like that wasn't it. But the next 2 months is very, very critical. And I couldn't agree with you more, Trev.
Well, I mean that's a part of it, man. It's about being a Saints fan, man. And if you're a Saints fan, then you're gonna have to understand, man, that the man said, I apologize. I know a lot of family members out there still gonna be hurt because it just happened, and that's fine, man. Everybody heal differently, and everybody heal faster. Some people heal a little faster, some people a little slower. We all different, man. But at the end of the way, at the end of the day, what's called upon here is just respect of people's perspectives, because we all at different stages of life in our life right now. They got some people here that's a little bit more wiser than others, a little bit people more experienced than others in terms of age. So it's a collection of different people that range from very experienced people to younger people here, and we're all here, and we have that commonality that I love for the team. That's what brings us here together and talking about it. So remember that aspect of it and focus on those commonalities, not so much as the opposite. But if we're a Saints fan, you definitely got to ride with your team, man. No doubt about it. Or not, just hand in your Saints card. I mean, that's what I like saying. Become a Dallas Cowboy. Could you not understand what kind of nightmarish scenario it would be if I turn in my Saints card and say, okay, I'm turning in my black and gold card, and I'm shutting the show down, and I'm changing the color scheme, and I'll become the great Cowboy think tank. Could you imagine the ridiculousness? The great Tampa Bay think tank, the great Carolina think tank, the great Los Angeles Rams think tank, the great Houston Texans think tank.
Stop it. You don't even have a good ring to it, man. This sounds horrible.
Oh, DC said enough, Q.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Brother says, suck it up, cupcake. Take that same injury you got off the field. Is it you or is you ain't? Holding animosity after saying you forgive someone is some sweet pie. It needs to settle now. Thank you, Berlin, for that. Appreciate your family. Teal, what up to my dog Teal in the building? He says, forget being a Saints fan. As a human being, we need to forgive Drew and move on. We all make mistakes. Who that? Thank you, Teal. Much love to you, man. Appreciate that commentary. Let's see. The historian chimes in, says, hey, every time I hear somebody ask you what you think, I just got to stop.
we gotta say hashtag Brother Paul is a historian now.
Oh, Brother Paul, that's because of you, man. That's your words, man. That's you, Brother Paul. That's why that's acknowledgement of Uncle Paulie's contribution to the Great Saint Think Tank. And by the way, there's a shirt. There is a What You Think shirt. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but it is. There is a What You Think Q shirt. Y'all need to look it up at the Pro Shop. Matter of fact, I think they put it in the community section of the YouTube page. If y'all want to take a look at it, it is a What You Think Q shirt that's out there. 2 different versions, but it's pretty catchy, man. Much love to you, Paul, and the rest of the family members. That's pretty funny. Berlin says, who that? The rest of the family members time to move on. So I guess it's hashtag move on. Huh? That should be the next move. All right, let's keep it going here. All right, family. We're gonna open up. We're gonna have the show on the line. We got DC on the line right here. I want to keep it going, family. I'm gonna take a few more calls, so please feel free to hit the link. Please place the show link one more time. This is not the traditional show. This is the TSC Q&A show. This is the type of show you would get if you would sign up to our patreon.com/PRO Media Network. This is the TSC Q&A show that we do exclusively for our Patreon family members and our YouTube membership. So if you would be interested in joining us, we will not be doing this show. The TSC Q&A will not be available to the entire platform after tonight. This was just an introduction into it to the family members to let them know this was what's going on. Q&A. It's a really nice format where people can actually engage whatnot in the live stream. Thank you. Appreciate you joining us. Please hit the like button. There, we're going to put the link in the description section. School, please feel free. Derek or School, if you can, put that link in there. We're going to take a few more calls from the family members. Chiming out, we are approaching, we're 2 hours and 40 minutes right now. A great think tank talk. I saw that, Q. Okay, Verlin says, I saw that, Q. I just got the think tank shirt. Okay, thank you, family. Very, man, a lot of people crazy about that great think tank shirt. I mean, it's really nice, man. Really nice. A great Saint Tank shirt is very nice. And then we had a couple of new shirts that's on the C2 family that just came out the last couple of days by our designers. It's called the I Forgive You Drew shirt. Really nice shirt that's out there. It's called the I Forgive You shirt. That's available on the Pro Shop as well. And it's really nice. It's a really nice shirt. It comes in all sizes for the ladies, for the fellas, and for the children. It's coffee mugs, it's wall art, it's also stuff. It's a Android, the Android and the Apple protective cases are really nice, and it's really nice. It's available on the Pro Shop. And also for the people who don't give Drew, there's a shirt for you too. It's called Drew Please, which was inspired by Black Suede. Came on and said, Q, you need to have a shirt called Drew Please. And I said, hold on. We can't do Drew Please without doing a shirt for the people who forgive them. So it's a shirt for either however you feel. If you want to go take a look at it at the full shop or in the community section, they are images of those shirts. They're very nice shirts. A lot of people don't agree with them. And I just tell them, if you get mad at the shirt you don't agree with, just agree with the damn shirt that you do agree with. It's just simple. Don't get all the, out of your mind off the one you don't agree with. Just get the one you agree with. Go ahead, DC.
Well, I think you should definitely reach out to Drew Brees and DM him and get him to buy all them Drew Orleans shirts that we had to print up. So he can show us that he's truly sorry, because I don't think nobody go buy none of them.
I know there's quite a few people that bought the Drew Please shirt. The Drew Please shirt is really fire. Both of them are nice, but man, I was like, man, that Drew Please is whipping. But that I love, I Forgive You Drew is a really nice shirt too. And like I said, if you guys go check them out there at the Pro Shop. There are 2 stores set up as Pro 1, Pro 2. They're in I don't know if they're in the link in the description section for this video. It might very well be. I'm not certain, but if not, then I'll make sure I have the link placed in there. But we're going to take a few more calls, family. Please feel free to chime in the comment, and we'll open up the show. We'll run it to about 3 hours. So we got at least another 17 minutes of show left before we clock out of here. So if you want to be heard, now's your opportunity, family, to get in the live stream now. There's a link in the chat right now that School put in the chat. Hit that link. Hit that link and you'll be put on to the show. And then questions, concerns, and comments, you want to voice your opinion, do it right now before the great Saint Think Tank. Roka says, I'm a diehard fan. I will not forgive Breeze. His apology wasn't real. He meant what he said, and it was so disrespectful. See, Throat Cutter, 100% real. That's it. That's the man word. Throat Cutter would be one of those Drew Please shirt buyers. Throat Cutter would be Drew Please shirt, which is Drew Please. That's what Black Suede was basically saying about the shirt. Now Trail Hatch and my dog Till would be I Forgive You Drew shirt side of things. So you got to have one side and the other. You can't make something for one side of the family and not make one for the other. That's not right. So there's 2 different shirts for 2 different mindsets. It's very obvious there. Verlin says, okay, Verlin, I read that one already. School, thank you for placing that link once again. Trail, no problem. It's all good, family. Much love to you. And Trill says, You know, I respect your opinion. See, that's love. We might not agree with each other, but we can still disagree with love, man, and respect. That's strong. That is very powerful. And we don't underestimate that, because there are people out there that would actually tear each other down because they're having a difference in opinion. That's absolutely insane to me. That's why I call this a think tank, because I'm not just preaching to the choir. We'll have different, and I invite different mindsets in. I want to hear different perspectives, because that's how I'm going to learn. That's how I learn. Listen to you guys, and we having a dialogue going back and forth. That's what the great Saint Think Tank is. That's what it is. All right, let's keep it going, family. Remember, they got a link in the chat. School placed in the chat. That's the way you can contact the show today on TSC Q&A live. This is usually our Patreon show. That's only for the Patreon. We did this one lifetime sneak peek thing to let the family members outside of the Patreon champions that this is what you get. This is what kind of show we have on TSC Q&A. You know, this is a different format. This is what we do every Tuesday night. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving, family. Let's get into some more thoughts on what you're thinking. HB Watkins says, do you think that Alex Anzalone can make an impact in our defense? Who that to you, HB Watkins? Who that, family? Thank you for that comment there. It's a very nice dog there, too. But listen, I agree with you, family. I agree. I think he can make an impact. No doubt about it. He will make an impact. Alex Anzalone is 100% healthy. And from what the information I'm gathering is, they're going to mic him up. He's going to be the middle guy operating and running it there. And the reality, he has the athleticism, he has the intelligence, he has the intensity. You know, he's a good coverage linebacker. He's a balanced product. He never has to leave the field. And he's a special sideline type of player. The issue with Alex Anzalone is remaining healthy. That's the issue. The same issue. Guys like Marcus Davenport, same issue with Trey Hendrickson, same issues with several other guys on his team that I would want to remain healthy so that they can have an impact. Because a healthy Trey Hendrickson means an impactful Trey Hendrickson. A healthy Davenport means an impactful team, which you don't have to double or triple team Cam on the other side. Cam had 15.5 sacks last year, family. That's straight. The man had 15.5 sacks from the side of the field. 15.5. Now imagine if Davenport was there for the entire season, meaning he would have played those last 4 games of the season. What that could have meant. Cam could have very well got 20 sacks that year. You know, he got hurt right around when Davenport got hurt, and he had that muscle that tore off the bone, and he had to have surgery after the season. But back on that, but you know, that's showing you that some of these guys have to stay healthy so it don't fall on the rest of these other guys. So Alex Anzalone, right now, I've read several reports indicating that he is 100% healthy. Hopefully, he remains that going forward. So I definitely believe that he'll make a serious impact on the Saints defense.
That's my guy, man. Alex Anzalone. He was like, we made groceries when we had that draft, bro, in 2017, and he was like the Cracker Jack box, man. Like, we forgot that they had a prize in there. You know what I'm saying? And he was that guy, bro. When he played amazing. But you know, the problem is he keep dislocating that same shoulder. So hopefully he hung around Drew Brees and Taysom Hill this offseason and finally got that together, man. Because when he's on the field, you can see it. The Saints were a different team. The worst game I seen him play was probably his first game against the Vikings, and that wasn't even a bad game. He was all over the field. The dude has coverage skills. He gets in the backfield, disrupt plays. He can blitz the quarterback. I mean, he's pretty much a all-around linebacker that just lacks some awareness because, you know, he's a young guy, still doesn't have a lot of experience, but he has the potential to be like the best version of all our white linebackers, man. I'm just calling it what it is. Like, I think
the best version of all of our white linebackers.
Yeah, I hope that don't sound racist.
I mean, how's it supposed to sound? I'm thinking, what do you mean by the best? Should it be all linebackers?
we had this thing, you know, not me and you, Big Q, but some of the other people I talk Saints talk with, right? From way in the Sean Payton era, bro. We would always get like white linebackers that wasn't good. And they had way better linebackers out there. And we would choose like, why we get this guy? But you had your Fajitas, you had your Shangleys, but you know what I'm talking about, and everybody in the Saints Nation know what I'm talking about. We had a predominantly core of a lot of white linebackers, and they weren't good. If they were good, I wouldn't have said the comment that I said. So it's a little bit of a joke, but at the same time, I'm just telling the truth. Anzalone is probably the best version of all the white linebackers I've seen here.
So let me gather this in. Let me gather this in. So what you're saying is that Alex Anzalone is the best.
He's a good linebacker, man.
And so what would be the best? What would be the top 3 on that list as far as what you're saying?
Man, I'm not about to gauge.
I'm saying you bring it up. I'm asking you to give me your top 10 lists. I mean, top 3 lists on the linebackers like that.
Just Saints linebackers?
No, DC. You know what I'm talking about. Just say it. Scott Vegeta? Is Scott Vegeta the how
Shangley and Scott Vegeta.
Say it again.
Anzalone, Shangley, and Scott Vegeta.
Okay. Scott Vegeta, isn't he Hispanic though?
I don't know. I thought he was
Hispanic. I don't know. Anyway, okay, thank you for that, DC.
You seen him,
huh? Well, I mean, Vegeta does sound Hispanic to me. But Calvin Washington says, well, our O-line going to have to earn their money this year. They're going to be coming after Drew Brees. Tyra says it's been hot all night. The school says James Laurinaitis too. Y'all cut it out, man. Teal cracking up over there. Teal.
Man, we real over here, man. They know I ain't lying. We kept hiring all these garbage linebackers.
Who said, what about AJ Klein?
Just because they're white. It ain't nothing about race. Like, you good. But I'm like, man, we got these linebackers. Do we have them just because they're white? Because they're not good. James Laurinaitis was one. What was the other guy we paid all that money from Baltimore, man?
From Baltimore?
Ain't did nothing over here.
From Baltimore?
Yeah, he was a Baltimore outside linebacker. He got some sacks over there, and he ain't did nothing over here. Klein good school, but I think Anzalone has the potential to be way better than him. Man, I can't. What's his name? Ballwer or something. He had a bald head. He had he had a little beard and everything. He was real tall, man. Linebacker we got came from Baltimore. See, your memory is all fuzzy. It's hazy, Big Q. And it should be because he didn't do nothing. He did nothing. And I think
don't put this on me. Don't try to put this on me. Don't try to say that my memory fuzzy because I don't remember what you're talking about. I don't remember no big tall linebacker from Baltimore. I'm sorry.
Exactly. That's my point. That is exactly my point.
Sure he was from Baltimore?
He came directly from Baltimore. They had a good defense when he came from over there. That was when they had Ray Lewis was still over there. Terrell Suggs was still over there. And he played on that team with them. I don't know if it was before or after they won that Super Bowl. But we pulled the guy off their tree. And, you know, they're supposed to have a good linebacker tree. He came over here and did nothing, man. We paid that guy, and he was like a year or two. He was out of here.
Do anybody know who DC's talking about, family? Anybody remember DC's linebacker that he's talking about? I don't remember who. I'm pretty good with the Saints information. I don't remember a linebacker. My curiosity's peaked on that. I don't know anybody. Joe Law, do you know? Do the rest of the family members can answer that question? Do they remember a linebacker from Baltimore who DC's talking about? He says he's a big, tall linebacker. DC, I don't remember that.
This was post 2012, so it had to be like I'm guessing 13, 14 maybe.
13, 14. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that to the great Saint family members to figure out.
I gotta go do some research now, Big Q.
I don't know who it is, bro. I'm sorry. Do anybody know the big linebacker that DC's talking about?
Once I tell y'all his name and tell you what he was making, the fact that nobody knows who he is.
Joe Law don't know who he is. Paul Kruger, is that him? Paul Kruger. Yeah, School guessed it. Thank you, School. Paul Kruger. I remember Paul Kruger.
Trash.
But he wasn't a linebacker though. He was a defensive end, wasn't he?
He was a linebacker.
Paul Kruger, that's right. I remember Paul Kruger.
The man was a linebacker his whole career before he came.
And what was your statement on Paul Kruger? You're saying that.
But he was a linebacker. We was running I think we was running 3-4 at the time. That's when we was doing all that hybrid stuff. 3-4-4-3.
Okay. I remember now.
He was a white linebacker. They gave him some money and he sucked. That was my point. It took us 5 minutes.
Well, what about the black linebackers that suck, DC?
Huh?
What about the black linebackers that suck?
That's not the point. That's not the point.
Where are we going with this?
We started off talking about Alexander Zaloti.
Oh man, when the hell we turned? We turned Alexander Zaloti, turned into Paul Kruger. Man, where the hell we turned at with this, man? Oh my goodness, DC, you crazy, man.
Edelby was pretty sad, bro.
Oh man. All right. All right, family. We have a few more minutes left on the show, at least another 10 minutes or so. We're gonna open up the phone and let y'all chime in. Hit the link that Scoob and Derek placed in the comment section. It'll give you an opportunity to chime in, question, concerns, or comments on the show. Feel free. We'll be on there for another 10 minutes. We'll take another call or two. If you're there, chime in. This is your opportunity now to chime in to the TSC Q&A. Get your question in there. Get your comment in there. How do you feel about the climate that was going on in the Saints Nation? What is your thought process on the Drew Brees situation? Do you think that the team will acquiesce or get together and overcome the difficulty that occurred with the comments that was made? Or are you just a person? Are you a please shirt person, or are you Drew? I think that was precisely right down the middle. Good ideas from the family members, because a lot of people thinking a lot of people coming up with these ideas. Black Sway came up with the Drew please stuff, and then somebody said, I love you, Drew. That's two different sides of the spectrum. Representatives, which are you? Are you one or the other? And feel free to go to the merch stores to check it out. We also have hats too, fam. We got hats finally on coming online at the shop. I know a lot of the family members like Dollar asking about caps. We finally getting the ball caps coming in too. They're on the second merch shop as well to get those. But a lot of stuff going online, man. We're just working our asses off to keep up with the great thing to represent to the fullest extent that we possibly can, man. A lot of work we're putting in OB, I promise you. All right, Derek says all DC have one in his favor is the First Amendment freedom of speech.
You goddamn right. You're gonna have to pry from my dead fingers.
Look what School put up there. School says black linebackers matter.
No doubt, School, dog. I wanted to tell.
Oh man, DC, you wrong, bro.
I wanted to tell.
Put up there, white linebackers matter, man. DC.
Let me just clarify, man. I'm speaking to a direct moment in Saints history when we kept going get linebackers that sucked, and we had a lot of them in that period that happened to be of our light-skinned brothers that you would call white. On the lighter end of the spectrum. We had some black linebackers that sucked too. And we had some great linebackers that were white in the league, just not on the Saints team.
Oh man. Oh man, we having fun today, family. It's all good, man. It's all great, but it's all love. You know how it go. Like I said, fam, we got about 5 more minutes on the live stream. We'll take at least another call or two if you're interested. Pay attention, 26, who that to you. I see your family in the building. Much love to you and the rest of the great Saint Think Tank family members. Thanks for staying up with us after 11 o'clock. We'll be on the live stream for another 5 minutes or so. We'll squeeze in a call or two if you're interested. Give a call, and we'll go for it. Derek says, DC just set us back 500 years.
Impossible. Impossible.
Oh man, y'all funny, man. Y'all funny. Scoob says, clean it up, DC.
Hey, I'm gonna call it what it is, man. As long as we still got freedom of speech, come on.
Oh man, I don't care, bro. Look, I'll be honest with you, bro. I don't care what color they are. If they know how to play football and they play with all their heart, bro, you know I'm for you coming on here. I really am. I'm not going to.
Big Q, I agree with you. I know how my comments sound, but I actually agree with you. But the problem was we kept getting people that weren't good, and they happened to be that color. So.
I got you, bro. I got you. Paul says you remember Colby Buckwald. I remember Colby Buckwald, special teamer. And he played really good, but you know they had guys that played their hearts out. I remember an extremely short linebacker who came from Canada. Who I was like, man, this dude need to make the team.
I remember that guy, bro.
Y'all remember that guy?
Yeah, we wanted him to stay on the team, bro. We both.
What was his name, DC?
I can't remember his name, bro. I think his number was 58, though.
No, he didn't have a linebacker number. He had like not a linebacker number. Do anybody remember what I'm saying? That extremely short linebacker the Saints had that came from Canada. What was his name, family?
Oh man, that little guy. He was showing out in the preseason games, bro.
Yeah, I remember that. I wanted him. He was on the team with the little short running back that we had. That was a beast too. The bowling ball back that we had.
But Bob he went to the Eagles. The Scott. He came from Louisiana Tech.
No, not Bo Scott.
Not Bo Scott. It was another the little bowling ball guy we had used to run over.
Yeah, he was 3 years ago. The Saints had him on the team. He was a little bowling ball back. He was in the XFL, by the way. He was recently in the XFL. I can't remember that Canadian linebacker the Saints had.
Both of them guys, I can't remember their names though.
Yeah, I can't remember them, man. Damn, I can't think of their names, man.
You missed a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, DC talking all kind of ways. Yeah.
Apparently, I've become a black supremacist.
HB Watkins says, do y'all have faith in Josh Hill? Yes, sir, we do have faith in Josh Hill. Josh Hill, Adam Big Hill. Thank you, John. That's him, Adam Big Hill. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Adam Big Hill. That little guy was terrific, man. He played with so much heart, and I wanted him to make the team, and the Saints didn't make the team. Who that to you, Reynold? I see you. Thank you, John Thompson. Who that to your family? Who that to you, Demi? Thank you for joining the stream as well. HB said, yeah, we have faith in Josh Hill. I think Josh Hill will be fine this year. He played a pretty damn good role when Jared Cook went out with those injuries last year. Josh Hill stepped in and did really well. And at one time, we remember Josh Hill for catching the ball. Then he really developed his blocking and became one of the most serious blockers on the team. And I have a lot of respect for Josh Hill, man. I really do. And I really want him to take a step. Well, he's proven to be not the man of the position. I think the guy that they drafted, Troutman, who some considers the second best tight end in the NFL's draft this past, that he will have an impact on this team. And Sean Payton did say that in an interview that they're going to get Troutman involved early and often because they see him as an heir apparent to that position. When Jared Cook, Josh Hill is good at where he is, a backup. tight end that fills in a certain amount of games. I love Josh Hill. I think Josh Hill is terrific. And I love the fact that the Saints have 3 really awesome tight ends that are balanced tight ends, guys that can block, catch, and just overall a balanced unit. The Saints haven't had that in some time, and I'm excited about that tight end package, as I've said several times. DC, what do you think about Josh Hill? And it was a nice little spin on it. You put Josh Hill.
I can't act like I wasn't in this comment room. Read some of these comments. I gotta address this before.
Could you at least ask a question?
Josh Hill. Man, Derek said Drew Brees is listening and saying why he had to apologize if DC don't. I can't stop laughing at that one.
Yeah, we got to force DC to apologize. DC, you got to apologize for that comment.
Man, I'm standing on that, man. But as far as Josh Hill, I think is a very good number 2 tight end, bro. He can catch the ball. He can block. He does a little bit of everything as far as what you need. Very tough, good special teams guy as well. And he's a pro, man. He's been around for a long time. And obviously he's gained Sean Payton's favor. I know I always say he got inside information on Sean Payton. You know what I'm saying? He been around for a while, man. And I think this guy, in the step in that he had when we had other tight ends hurt, he did a pretty decent job. It wasn't a major drop off, but we didn't go to the next level when he came in. But he kind of did just enough of what he had to do. So I like Josh Hill. I think he'll stay in our rotation because of his professionalism, because he's a great run blocker, because, he ain't made a lot of mistakes. You know what I'm saying? He does just enough. Like, he's good. So Troutman will definitely get worked in. And I'm sure Sean Payton's going to say he has a clear vision for him and all of that. And I think his vision kind of entails like the same vision he had for Traquan Smith. It's going to be like that type of thing. Troutman might have a game where maybe he has 100 yards receiving or something, a couple of games like that, and that'll pretty much be it. They're going to kind of, walk him in and let him get his feet wet. And we're going to have our 2 main guys, Cook and Hill, do what they do. And hopefully that 3 tight end setup you speak of, Big Q, I would love to see that because that was coming.
I'm telling people don't realize it, but most of the more experienced Saints family members know the impactfulness of the Saints 3 tight end package. I'm telling you, it is a supreme red zone weapon because when you have all 3 of those guys that can block as well as catch, you don't know what they're gonna do. Then you can use Latavius Murray in that situation with a fullback. My goodness, man. My goodness. I'm just saying, even with those type of packages, the Saints are very loaded. And a lot of the packages that we're using during the Super Bowl run or plus, they can unleash a lot of those packages. Remember last year, they, for the largest part, a lot of vanilla plays. Wasn't a lot of craziness going on except for the Taysom Hill package, which was basically Taysom would just get the ball and just run. He threw the ball 13 times the whole year last year, which I thought it was ridiculous. I thought that if you're going to run Taysom's package, at least allow him to throw the ball half the time. That way you can at least create some thought in your defense's mind. We don't know what this guy's going to do. When Taysom come in, they just punch the line of scrimmage. So you got to be able to give him the ability to sling that ball downfield more than 13 times in the season. Ramsey says, Q, don't forget about Scott Shanley. So Ramsey, I think DC named Scott Shanley.
Yes, Shanley was one of my guys.
I give you one more chance to apologize, DC.
Apologize for what?
For what you said. If Drew Brees has to apologize, so do you.
Man, look, I am not a public celebrity figure speaking on the behalf of a whole city. I gotta apologize for what I said. And what I said has been said thousands of times by other Saints fans. I didn't make this up.
All right, DC. All right, that's the whole thing, family. We're gonna give it one more shot, one more family. We're about to shut it down, shut the live stream. Now we're gonna take one more call in the next 5 minutes. If not, put your comment in the or questions, comments in the chat for me or DC to answer, family, and we'll go from there. Derek says he needs to trade his feet for a pair of hands. Byron says, hope we all use 3 tight ends in the game. I sincerely hope so, because like I said, that is a very good package that the Saints were using. And I think a lot of the packages that the Saints were known to use, like the Terrence Sproles packages on the Reggie Bush or their type of packages, a lot of those packages we would use them, to a degree. But I think Sean Payton would get in love with a player and just go for it. But I think with them going after so many different players, it opens the Saints offense up to what it used to be. When you see guys, there's always going to be an open player to get a Drew Brees pass. And I think that's what the offense is. It's no longer an offense that you got to exclusively run through Mike Thomas. Mike's going to get his catches, but you got Emmanuel Sanders on the opposite side. So you can't disrespect Emmanuel Sanders. You have Ty Montgomery there. You play in the slot, who's a running back and a kick returner, punt returner. He is a really good weapon for the team. I mentioned Adam Trout to complete the 3 tight end package. I think Latavius Murray should be implemented a little bit more in it. And I think the Saints run the ball more than what they did last year because of the workings of the interior. The Saints offensive line, getting Ruiz at center, moving McCoy to right guard, and then Pan Andrews Pete. That's 3 interior players that the Saints have touched upon this season. Ruiz brings a nasty guy that loves it. Is a really good run blocker. McCoy is a good run blocker. And I think, we're not going to see your traditional Andrews Pete. You'll see a more professional version of Andrews Pete that go along with that money. 2-time Pro Bowler who will play exclusively at the left guard. And Q, that's a lot of love you're throwing out Andrews Pete, because the Saints are going to keep Pete at the left guard position with the signing of guys like with James Hurst, who could play tackle or guard, but he was made with the fact that he will be Teron Armstead's backup tackle, which means that if Teron has a flub, you put Hurst there, and then that keeps Andrews Pete at left guard, which he will get better at. And I think that's a lot of people kind of missing on that, because remember, Andrews got multiple Pro Bowl appearances despite the fact that he was moved all over the Saints offensive line. Nobody would have done that. Nobody. He stepped up and made Pro Bowls, 2 of them, about the mere fact he had to play a different position because of injuries to other players. So Hurst is there, gives him the ability to stay at the left guard position. I interpret that Andrews Pete will become a perennial Pro Bowler at the left guard position. McCoy will step it up. Ruiz, so I'm loving that. And that interior offensive line, the Saints will run that ball, and they will protect against pressure up the center of the line. I absolutely love it. So I'm loving a lot of the offensive packages the Saints have that they can relinquish. We didn't even mention guys like Deontay Harris, who you could throw in the mix, or some of these other bigger weapons that's still out there, like the Marquise Callaway, or none of these other guys, Maurice Harris, and the rest of these other guys. We don't know what they got. So the Saints are going to be loaded in so many ways. I'm just keeping it real with you. I love the offense. The defense, they're a pass rusher away, an exclusive pass rusher away from going up to another level, in my opinion. And remember, the Saints could off roughly $9 to $10 million off of their cap to add to the $9 million right now by simply releasing Mario Edwards Jr. With release Mario Edwards Jr., you have a ton of stockpile of talent to replace it. You won't even feel it. Clear up 2. You release Patrick Robinson, that and you won't miss him either. Get a veteran that's better. And then also release Nick Easton. Clear up 5, so you get $9 million on top of your $9 million, make 18, where you can make a play on an impactful player at the edge rush position, or a cornerback like a Denard, a Morris Claiborne, perhaps a Talib. I mean, there are players out there that can help even Logan. I like Brian Logan as personal, but the reality is the Saints have $9 million right now. Of course, they still have to sign the draft picks. But the reality is they still can clear up almost $10 million by releasing players that's not even serious role players. That's how the team is.
Right.
Love it, love it, love it. John says most unsung running back in Saints history, Mario Bates or Ruben Mays.
That's too easy, man.
John,
that's Ruben.
I
That's Ruben Mays all day, man.
Mays was pretty good. Mario Bates did a good job, man, as well. But
Yeah.
Ruben Mays was special, man. Ruben Mays was special. I would have to say Ruben Mays over Mario Bates. Thank you, John, for that question. You agree with that, DC?
Oh yeah. I said Ruben. Man, I can't take Bates over Ruben, man. Ruben was something else, bro. You know, straight out the box, you know what I'm saying, when we first got him, bro. He had a crazy year. I remember that first year he had was awesome. And he probably would have been able to carry it on if he wouldn't have tore his Achilles, man. He in the Saints Hall of Fame for a reason, so
yeah, Ruben Mays was awesome, man. Injuries kind of stifled him a bit, but Mario did a pretty decent job at the running back. You know, he was okay. I got to give it to him. Cap Manny says, let's offer Clay Matthews a contract. Who that to you, Cap Manny 2020? Clay Matthews. And listen, Clay Matthews cheap.
It's Cap Manny, bro. I think that's Cap.
I think a lot of ways that it's real, man. Derek says, has anyone heard anything from Sanders since he said Drew was an idiot? Did he forgive Drew? I think a lot of that's being hashed out, Derek, in that private meeting. We're going to get more information on that private meeting as it goes. So just kind of just keep your ear. We'll keep our ear to the ground on that because I'm pretty sure there'll be some more information released. And I'm saying by the time we get to the Saint Saturday talk, a Saturday Saints talk show, we'll have someone. I'll be playing some interviews from them after all this has occurred. So they'll definitely have virtual meetings and talking about this. We'll see exactly what's going on. Okay, Scoop says Logan is looking for a long-term deal. Demi says, I guess DC is our guest, Demi. DC is usually, I get the Tuesday nights Q&A shows on Patreon, just to let you know. And DC, of course, has always been yes. The original. DC is one of the original The Guys. Big Q and The Guys was, of course, originally Black Suede, DC, and of course, Mozzie 5. So those were some of the original guys that do it, and they do chime in. Mozzie does participate in the Tough Tiger Talk, which is our LSU platform. If you guys interested in doing the Tough Tiger Talk, LSU fans, we do a show called Tough Tiger Talk, and DC and Mozzie 5 contributes regularly on that. DC is a regular contributor on the TSC Q&A show and also the Pelican Post Game Report channel as well, which a lot of you guys are part of. And of course, their Black Suede jumps in on the Saints Talk. He was on 2 shows this prior week, filling in with the information about the league. So that is a part of it as well. And then, of course, we have Eddie Too Mean Johnson, which is another friend of mine for over 15 years or so. He is a former boxer, professional boxer, really good friend of mine. He does the Green King Boxing platform with me. We break down a lot of fight news. So that's also a lot of stuff that I got my hands on, and I love it. All right.
About Conor McGregor retiring?
Heard about Conor McGregor, and I'm not surprised by that, brother. I mean, he had a lot of money. It might be time for him, man. He was good at what he did, but a little bit more mouthier than what he needs to be nowadays, man. Might be time for him to sit down.
Mayweather was talking like he really wanted a rematch for real when he said he was retiring, man.
That's easy money for May. You know, that's easy money for him. All right, that's Byron still had a chance to sign the corner edge rusher, stick running and stick running ball, Kamara and Murray. Thank you, Byron. Scoop says infamous DC's cute friend. And says,
School been coming for me, dog. School been coming for me ever since I made my my white linebacker comment, boy.
Gotta get you together, man. DC Demi says hi to DC.
Yo, what up, Demi?
And that's what's going on. But listen, family, I thank y'all for joining the great thing, the Sports Coma tonight. TSC Q&A, as we like to call it. Well, thank y'all for joining in the show on Tuesday night. Usually we'll wait to do shows on Wednesday or so, but this is what TSC Q&A is a show we do exclusively for our Patreon and our YouTube members. And it's personable. It's a little bit closer. And I've had this opportunity to kind of do it and show the rest of the platform what it's like to show the family, see if you're interested in joining our Patreon family and joining the YouTube membership, that you could participate and participate in TSC Q&A for our Patreon members. So this is what it is. And of course, we will not. Going forward. This will be totally private. And this was a one hitter quitter sneak peek, probably once a year, something like that. But I thank y'all for joining us today on the show. Please feel free to hit the like button. Please share the content. Please know that show we have some content coming out tomorrow. We got the part 7. I think it is on the defensive line breakdown. That'll be coming out tomorrow. We released a program schedule that on our community section. Please feel free to go and look it up. You'll see a lot of content that's been released. You'll see some of the apparel that's been released. And remember, family, when we release apparel or what you call pro gear, it's not just shirts. It also it's not just clothing. It's also wall art. It's coffee mugs. It's smartphone cover cases. And all kind of stuff, man. So literally, when you go to the pro shop or you go to any of the stores, there are literally dozens of hundreds of products. I mean, you're talking about bedspreads, towels that you can bring to the football games and during game day or whatnot. All that stuff is available at the pro shops. And remember, the proceeds go a long way out and keeping the platform going strong. And as you can tell, we are putting in great strides and moving forward. There are a lot of very awesome things coming down the pipe real soon that are really happening with the platform moving forward. And we are working our asses off, man. And it's because of the great think tank support, man. And I love y'all and I appreciate y'all support. And y'all have taken it up to levels, and I have to respond in kind and meet that level of love. So I really appreciate you guys for what you do and how you do it. So please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. If you aren't a subscriber, feel free to share the show links on your social media, which goes out a long way. If you're part of Facebook instead of New Orleans Saints Facebook groups, guess what? Take that damn link or links or what have you, share them on the Facebook groups, and that goes out a lot. We have helped on the platform as well. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in on the show tonight. Much love to you, DC.
Big brother,
chopping in. You got any last thoughts before we go?
Man, I just want to draw attention to something that really, hit home for me that I've been dealing with that I haven't mentioned on the show. We got a lot of things going on right now with George Floyd and everybody protesting. And of course, that's dear to all our hearts as well as mine. But a childhood friend of mine was killed by the police maybe a couple of weeks ago. It was very unrighteous, very unjust. They're saying things that aren't true. That there were 2 marches, one which I participated in for him. Hashtag Justice for Modesto Reyes. The brother defeated death. The Hard Rock Cafe building collapsed. He made it out of that. Was interviewed on the news about it. Hardworking guy, was a local rapper in the community, and a welder. And the police took his life, man. And there's a video that they refused to release to his family. We started a GoFundMe where we're raising funds for legal services for him. It's up to, I think, about $15,000 right now. So anybody that could help and support with this movement for bringing justice for him. They're saying he had 2 guns. He dropped down to pick up a gun, and then he pointed at the police and all this crazy stuff that makes no sense after he was running from him. So, I mean, he wasn't completely innocent in the fact that he was running from him, but I mean, that shouldn't warrant you being killed. So I just wanted to bring attention to that, man. And you guys are such great supporters. I love to see if you find it in your heart to be able to support a movement like that and help in any way you can. If it's just bringing more attention to it or reposting it or anything. It's a lot of stuff going on social media. Just type in Modesto Reyes and you find a lot of information about him. Very well loved in the community. In Marrero, born and raised all his life. Grew up with him since I was 11 years old. Truly will be missed, man. Special brother.
Yeah, I spoke about Modesto Reyes several times on different platforms. I talked about.
I appreciate that, Big Q. That mean a lot to me, bro.
Modesto was a guy that I knew as well, man. And some time ago, man, years ago, I had stores in Marrero, and Modesto Reyes and was a frequent supporter of my business. And that's how I met the brother. He was an aspiring rapper at the time, and he had his posters in his disc. And he wanted to just simply give me the stuff, and I told him no. If I'm gonna sell them, and then you come back and get your money. And that's how I would do a lot of the aspiring people, because they would try to do something positive, and I respected him. So I put up his posters and stuff like that. Was always a hardworking person. And like I was DC, me and DC talked about the fact that he survived the collapse of the Hard Rock Casino. I mean the Hard Rock Hotel collapse, where another guy that we knew didn't make it, and the brother's still trapped in there. You know, he was killed in there, and his body's still stuck up in there, and they're not getting the rest of it. I mean, it's absolutely a crazy situation happening with that goddamn building. I just don't understand how they're allowed to do that. It's ridiculous. But he made it out of that terrible building collapse, and then make it to this. It's absolutely amazing to me. Thank you, DC, for sharing that with the people. Do you want to give them? You said they've raised money.
There's a GoFundMe set up for
some information on where they can go to go to the GoFundMe to help out.
It's the official Modesto Reyes.
Spell it for
if you type in a GoFundMe, it comes up like just Google GoFundMe Modesto Reyes, and it comes up official Modesto Reyes, like legal expenses, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it'll say. And they're basically trying to raise money to get some attorneys to force JP to release those videotapes. They have an 8-second video where they claim it shows him pointing a gun at him and all this, and they basically have his murder on tape, but they refuse to release it to the family. So it's just a lot of stuff stinking there, and it ain't really making a lot of sense. So where there's smoke, there's usually fire. So they're trying to get them to release those tapes, as well as force all officers in Jefferson Parish to have to wear body cameras.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that they don't already. But I've often said that side of the river is ran like a mafia group. I've often said that, man.
Definitely right.
They're operating way too unchecked over there. They're way too unchecked. They don't have to go to any city council to ask for money. They gather money directly from the businesses. You got to go to the sheriff office to get a business license. They are way too unchecked, monetarily speaking, and oversight wise. They definitely are. They definitely need oversight. But I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on this show, TSC Q&A Live number 9. If you want to be a part of this, please feel free to join the Patreon. Go to patreon.com/PRO Media Network. I'll make sure those links in the description section of the video upon completion. If you want to be a part of this, we do these shows every Tuesday night, and you can join in just like a lot of family members. A lot of family members enjoyed it. I enjoyed y'all. Great commentary as well. Big ups to the family members. Much love to you guys. Thank you all for your heartfelt sentiments. And remember, man, listen, we are a strong together. Despite our differences, despite anything going on in the world, listen, we at the greatest and the best people are going to rise to the top at these times. And we have to remember that mindset, is that we are a family regardless of what side of the fence you come from or what you look like. I respect you.
The color of the skin.
I respect you, I love you, and I appreciate you, even though we might not think the same. But in my heart, I have nothing but admiration for you because you're a great person. You do a lot of great works for your family members. A lot of our people here are terrific people, and I love and appreciate everything that you guys represent and are. And I just ask you to show that love and that positivity to the world. And we're going to continue to grow stronger and better, baby. Ain't no way you're going to stop us. Bottom line. So I'd like to thank DC for chiming on tonight's show as well. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank everybody involved. Thank y'all for y'all donations. Thank y'all for the likes and everything. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And listen, there'll be some more shows. I don't know if we're going to do a show tomorrow, family. I don't think there'll be a Wednesday night show. Please refer to the program that the flyer that one of the teammates put out. It's available on the community section of the YouTube page, which shows you the program for the entire week. So, I mean, that's something new. We're trying to get more organized so the family members won't be guessing what we're doing. There is going to be a video released tomorrow, part 7 of the defensive interior line breakdown tomorrow. And then the next videos after that will be the linebacker breakdown, the cornerback breakdown. And of course, Saturday is Saturday Saints Talk. And then Sunday is the TSC Madden simulation, week number 4. The Saints are 3-0. 3-0 in updated Madden. This year's Madden, they beat the Green Bay Packers last week in the Dome. They got Detroit coming up next. So if you want to watch that, I love doing it because it gives me an opportunity to kind of react with the family members. It's really cool, man, and I really enjoy it. So thank y'all for joining us on the live stream. If you wanted some information, check out the community section of the page. Check out the merch, man. Some really good merch designs going on as well. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Peace, and we out.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit for Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.